Oh yes, we are going live, people.
Terror, Shuttle, Mini, Hero, Britney versus Gangyu, Cola, Zeus,
Banro.
Gangyu's hamse. Pikachu, Cola, Zeus, Mang, movie. Oh man, seeing those like icons there, it's just like, oh my god, no way.
We're back.
Epic shit. It is Winners League format, I think, right?
I believe so. We'll find out.
If the same player plays again.
Actually, considering there's 10 man, there has to be. Okay, so enough music. Hello everybody and welcome to the English rebroadcast of the Sonic Proleague King of the Hill Week 1 CJ vs Entus. I'm Birdie.
A minute early. It's not listed, but either way.
It's okay, people will tune in anyway. With me I have the oh so lovely Master, and as I said before, I am Birdie. So, we have the Sabinu Shu King of the Hill Team League Week 1. Zombie CJ versus Zombie STX. And on Zombie CJ we have Quanro, Cola, Zeus, Mong, and Movie. Coming up against them in the bottom right corner of the map. Oh wait, no. Anyway, STX Soul with Terra, aka Chorgu, Shuffle, Mini, Hero, my boy Hero, and Britney, who is... So this is sort of interesting because STX Soul is like, 3 of them are lunatics, and then there's like Hero who's like real chill. But like Terra and Shuttle and Britney are all sort of mildly off balance, I guess you could say.
Shuttle seems mostly normal to me, but
Terra
is definitely, yeah.
He swears a lot, and then
What insane dude.
Britney is like a mini Terra. He's like wannabe Terra. Anyway, we'll be getting into the games in just a moment as the stream gets doing some stuff on Team Record. Oh, there we go. How come Sniperlot is affiliated with that? It's messed up, man.
Sniperlot is affiliated with, wait, what?
Apparently Sniperlot Zergman is affiliated with Sospa Proleague.
That's pretty odd.
Anyway, so we're going to get straight into game number 1, which is between Terra and Zeus, because there was originally going to be Terra vs Mong, but it was switched around at the last minute. Probably Mong didn't show up, I'm not sure though. Anyway, you ready to go, Al Master?
Let us begin.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, and play.
인 줄 알고 윈도우 업데이트이 불편하다, 불안하다 이런 말을 하고 있어요. 전투에서 감사합니다.
So in our bottom right hand corner, as the Yellow Zerg from STX, we have Terror, aka Cholgu, aka super crazy guy that dumps all kinds of stuff on himself and bashes holes in walls and all kinds of crazy stuff.
He's insane. But he's also the second most popular streamer on Africa TV.
It is truly amazing that at his advanced age, he still has vocal cords. If you've ever listened to his stream, the amount he streams, it is really an accomplishment that he still has vocal cords.
Yeah, to be honest, like you see him screaming, man, and he just screams at the top of his voice without difficulty.
And it's like this raspy, like tearing scream. It's like, ah! And at some point in the top left-hand corner, as our red Protoss, it is Zeus, who is an old-school player.
Yep, his Korean name is Jun Tae-gyu, I believe, but that pronunciation was probably really bad. And it looks like we are going to have a Forge Fast Expand here from Zeus, as he goes on to look for scouting for the Terra.
Zeus hasn't played a lot in Sospa Pro League. His stat-wise, he's only has a few games to go off of, but he's 0-2 against Zerg, so he hasn't beaten a Zerg yet in Sospa, but it's a 2-game sample size.
Yeah.
And Terror, on the other hand, 7 of his last 10, he has won against Protoss, and he is 66% overall against Protoss.
Yes, Terra's interesting is because he comes across as such a lunatic and you think, how could this guy be any good? But he is actually quite talented. So even though I don't think he, like, per se practices as hardcore as a lot of the other guys, he still manages to get excellent results in games, so it's interesting how he manages to maintain himself even through all that. Now, just for anyone who's not aware as to exactly what this is, Sonic and Sospa have decided to do a King of the Hill Proleague, Team League. And it's sponsored by Sabinu, which is Sonic's Symbol Farm's new shoe brand. So if you're in Korea or if you're not, go buy some of those shoes, man. They're pretty cool. Anyway, so it's basically X, STX, X, CJ, X, who are the other teams? It's pretty much all of the old teams, man. It's really, really cool. SDX, CJ, SKTT1, NBC Game, KT Roster, Hwaseong Oz, Samsung Khan, and the Sonic Amateur All-Star team. We don't actually know who's going to be playing for that, although we can make some guesses, of course.
Alright, so we got Cannon going up. I'm assuming it was Overpool then from Terra, although actually in this position you can go Nexus first against Overpool. And Terra putting down his gas, which is pretty typical. Most Zergs nowadays take their gas before they put down the third hatchery.
Yeah, and that just means you can get a slightly faster layer and everything. Looks like there's been a bit of a pause for whatever reason. Sorry, I can't read it enough to understand. My Korean's too bad.
So there's a pause for some reason, some sort of technical difficulty most likely. And I don't know what you mean by does anyone know when they're going to play the next game, unless you mean the game after this, and that all depends on how long this game takes.
If you mean like when the next King of the Hill matches,
oh yeah,
that there would be, let's have a look.
I don't think I haven't seen it announced yet, but unless you found a schedule.
So I'll see if I can find it. Nah, it's not obvious. I'm guessing he's just going to do it every week though. So yeah, just basically tune in next weekend. He'll probably be on again. Probably again with myself and Elmaster streaming.
We're back. Third hatch is down now for Terror. And, okay, yeah, Zeus getting his wall off. Has one cannon there, going to take his gas. Did he build a pylon already, or is he taking the gas before the pylon?
I can't see because
the second pylon. Yeah, this is the one downside to having to cast off of Obzing. Here comes a Ling.
There's
okay,
a pylon there, so there's two pylons on the map, as far as I can tell. Okay, so Zerglings are... I like how Killer's got pretty good map vision running his stuff all across. Terra, sorry. Hui. Killer and Terra, totally different players. Gotta make sure I don't do that again. Anyway, we do have... It looks pretty standard at the moment, just 3 hatch layer. Presumably going to be taking his Spire afterwards.
And there we go. Terra bringing up one Ling. Usually it's common to leave at least one Ling and or the Overlord. So always going to try to run by. I don't know if that was accidental or what, but Suicide's a Ling to a cannon.
Yeah, that wasn't quite smart.
I doubt he was trying to run by because one Ling will never make it past the cannon, and there's really nothing you would see from that anyway.
He was probably having a screaming, raging tantrum while he and accidentally let a Zergling go past while he was doing that, so...
It is true, most of these guys in SOSPA events do stream while playing, so it is possible that they can be interacting with viewers and stuff while they play, and getting donations of balloons.
Yeah, although to be honest, most of the players, I think when they're playing a proper match, they get pretty serious. But, I mean,
yeah,
Terra's Terra, man. Like, I think he probably would not be very serious even when he's playing.
We can see +1 is done, the Stargate, or +1 has started the Stargate, done, the second gas taken after Stargate, so it's probably going to be the +1 Ceres, +1 speedlots, Neo Bisu build type stuff from Zeus.
Yep, and this Overlord is moving away because he doesn't want to get shot down by the Stargate. I think he's working off the assumption that, because I don't believe he actually scouted the main of Zeus, but I think he's just going off the assumption that it is in fact the Stargate.
Oh, and he gets the probe. Oh, speed is done. Okay, so now the Zerglings can tap the probe in the butt indefinitely till the probe dies.
Yep.
And there's the Spire, so yeah, pretty standard play from both players. And I guess the fact that Zeus is doing this build means that even though he's an old school player, he's definitely been at least active enough that he's familiar with modern builds.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
it's not like you're gonna see like 2002 type stuff here from Zeus.
Nah, and as
I don't know how he is mechanically though compared to his competition.
Yeah, but I think the thing is that like if you've seen have you seen that documentary about Nalra? And you see, like, he stops playing for 2 years and he comes back and he beats Flash in 3 days. So I think the fact that these guys are old school doesn't mean that they can't. What is he doing with this? The Zergling attack against the gateway, but
maybe he's trying to run by, but it looks like the wall is tight. So unfortunately, just a Zergling loss there for Terror.
yeah.
Corsair's now out for Zeus, so we'll see. He's probably just gonna head straight to the main and check it because I don't think he's been in the main yet. And I don't know if he'll have time to get an Overlord kill. As we can see the Spire finishing right as the Corsair comes in, and especially with scouting the main first. I don't think he'll be able to get one.
Interesting creep colony placement here from Terra at his third. Because usually you'd push it a bit forward so that if you have Dragoons attacking your wall, you'll still be able to shoot it with the Sunken, but the Sunken being behind the hatchery there is actually really far off. Not sure exactly why that is, but anyway, yeah, so as I was saying, Zeus, just because he's an older player doesn't mean that he's necessarily, like, if he's been practicing enough, he's probably actually going to be fairly good mechanically. The only thing I could say is that probably his reflexes have slowed down as an older player.
I don't know how much I buy. I don't know how much I buy that argument though, because I mean, you don't physically start to decline until 25 or 30, and these older players are not that old. You can see Terror doing a little bit of Scourge scouting there, just seeing the gateway count, seeing what kind of tech Zeus is getting. And in the meantime, it looks like he's got 5 hatches up now. He's got his Hydra Den going, so... And here come the +1 Zealots. Actually, quite a few. Oh, he went 3 gates, so yeah, that's a good point. There were actually 3 gates put down, so this is going to be a fairly large +1 timing. And he definitely needs another creep colony. He's making it, and he's got some Lings out, but obviously Lings are pretty poor at fighting +1 Zealots alone. So he's going to need the Lings.
If he pulls properly, then he'll be fine against it because of the Hydralisk. But, oh man, he didn't pull his drones well enough, so the Zealots are getting straight in here among the...
they are straight in the Sunken colonies. The Lings are going to go down really fast. Now the drones are being drilled on top of the Zealots, trying to prevent them from being able to attack the Sunken colonies. And with 4 or 5 Hydra there, he'll probably be okay, especially since 1 Sunken colony is still alive.
2 more Zealots coming in, though, to reinforce, though, and it looks like he's actually almost in more trouble here than it looks like. Sunken colony is going to go down.
A lot of Hydras across the map, though. Sunken colony is definitely going to fall.
And he's looked like he's going to lose a couple of drones here, and the drones are the all-important thing. If he can snipe a couple more drones, he's going to be in a good position. But I think the Hydralisks are going to be able to clean those up, though. And
yeah, maybe it looks like only 1 Zealot, though, coming for reinforcement. So as long as he micros the Hydras, it looks like he's got his speed done, so he can get rid of that. There's just 1 Zealot left now, 2 Zealots left. But with 5 or 6 Hydra, they will go down. I think he lost 3 or 4 drones in that attack, though. And we'll have to rebuild those Sunken. So that's a little bit of damage, but he did trade away about 12 speed lots for it, and he did not opt to secure his 3rd behind that. So we'll probably see a follow-up here with more gateways and pressure. He could go 8 gate off this, but he might very well just do 5 or 6 gates, a little more pressure, and expand off that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I would see 8 gates, just based off that one thing. Now, Terra here is going here to check the 3rd, but of course he's going to discover that it is not, in fact, taken. Of course, he might think that...
It seems to me that Terra has 3 Overlords at the top right. If the Corsairs find that, that'll be a nice little treasure trove they can kill off.
Yeah, so far, though, Zeus hasn't been very active with his Corsair yet, although I think he's just moved him out now, so he's got, what, 6? Do you normally move out when you've got about 6?
Waiting for critical mass.
Yeah.
Like 5 is the first where you move out, and then 6 or 7 gets even better. And he could have been waiting for +1 too, although he doesn't have his
We have an engagement here with the Zealots trying to come in again. Sunkens haven't finished.
So here we go, round 2. It's basically the same attack. There's Hydras out and Lings out, but again, it's only 1 Sunken. Hydras are immediately being scrimmed across the map. This time, though, there's no Spore Colony, so the Corsairs are going to kill all the Overlords, which can supply block Terror from reinforcements, depending on exactly how many Overlords he has. But it's looking right now like there's more than enough units to defend this. It's going to just be a matter of Overlord casualties. He's killed 4 or 5.
DT is coming in, though, but 2 Overlords and a Spore Colony have spawned, so he is not going to be able to do anything other than deny those Hydralisks moving out. Oh, and yes, be careful. Oh, and he loses the DT.
Wait, what time are you at? I think you're slightly ahead of me now.
I'm at 24, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50.
My time actually isn't displaying. Oh, well, now it looks like Terra's going to go up and pressure at Zeus's base, but I think I saw a Templar out.
Yep, there was
I
there's 2 high Templar out now.
Your stuff kind of clumps up at the wall, and if you commit, 1 good storm can do obviously a tremendous number of damage when everything clumps up. But it looks like Terror notices that or suspects that and just kind of moves back.
Yeah, and I think with the DTs as well, and the Corsairs there, they can snipe in the Overlords. Although I can't actually see any more DTs on the map, but I mean, the DTs are definitely enough to deny any. It looks like he's going up for yet another speed lot attack now. He's just pulling back a little bit.
So again, 7 speed lots moving. Nope.
Yeah, I'll pause for a couple of seconds because I think you're a little bit behind me.
Yeah, right now I see Corsairs flying over.
Yep, and they're sniping the Overlord now.
They just got shot twice. Now they're attacking an Overlord.
Okay, so
That is
a
still
couple more
slow. I didn't
seconds.
realize that. He still has slow Overlords. Terror putting up his 7th hatchery now, starting to get his macro rolling. Is that Sonic that's pausing these? Or whatever? I'm seeing
that
a
was me
pause.
just trying to catch up to you.
Okay.
You catch up to me. Looks like he's using the Zealots now to clear out the Zerglings, which is great for preventing scouting, and he'll be able to try and get his 3rd up after this. He's actually taking quite a late 3rd though, if I understand correctly. And we have actually got a single Lurker, which is going to shoot away at that gateway and see what damage it can do. However, he is taking his 3rd.
I'd like to see if the Robo is done. If it is, then it won't be a big deal. He'll just clear that out. If the Robo was just started, it could probably kill off either the Forge or the Gateway. And now a few Lurkers are heading up to the 3rd. Of course, Zeus sees this. He's going to need to block and slow them down with his Zealots if he wants to take his 3rd anytime soon. Otherwise, it's going to be delayed even longer.
Yep,
and
but he does
his
manage
3rd
to
is
drive
getting
them back there. So.
quite delayed.
Oh man, one of the Lurkers does manage to get in though. Is the DT going to be able to snipe it? No, and it's going to be able to shoot both of the cannons from where it's positioned as well. So he's going to have to try and remake the cannons or else get an observer out. He does have a robotics facility complete though. So his observatory should be finished soon.
And this is really getting quite late. I mean, if your 3rd gets too late in PvZ, your natural and main will mine out, and then you'll have really low resources, and it can be a pretty tough game from there. You can see Terror definitely just watching for drops. He's feeling comfortable with his position. He's got 6 or 7 Hydra just sitting there in that bottom left-hand base to intercept drops.
Yeah, he's taken his 4th
Playing
gas and he's
defensively right
grabbing
now.
his Queen's Nest and Evolution Chamber. So he's in a position where he feels like he doesn't need to have the mass layer units to be able to defend, and he can go into Hive Tech and start really using his economic advantage. So anyway, his Observer should be out. He's already stormed the Lurker, so he's going to be able to take his 3rd now. And we do have a shuttle here, which could be interesting, but he has got Hydralisk positioned already to prevent any
Oh, and he's
drop play.
really committing to the Overlord. He might be intending to drop DTs, but no, then he backs off. Now he's starting to add some goons. That makes the composition a lot more scarier. Goons are kind of the muscle of the Protoss army in these mid-game engagements and allow you the flexibility to bang down walls. They help prevent Templar sniping, all that kind of stuff, and they're really overall strong until there's lots of Dark Storm and Ultra Crackling or something on the map. Other than that, they're a pretty powerful unit. I'm at 28, 18 right now.
18.
In case we're not synced, yeah.
Got it.
At 22. Alright, so Terra's now got his 8 hatcheries, 4 base macro, so pretty strong place, and he's going to be happy with this. 4 base against 3 is okay for Zerg. Corsair swooping around with the shuttle. He's going to use the Corsairs to clear out Overlords and Scourge so that he can go ahead and drop with the shuttle.
Yeah.
And
The shuttle is actually already a bit damaged there, so he has to be a bit careful, and he is coming across with his army across the map at the same time.
oh,
but the
that is
Hydralisk
the perfect
coming.
timing. I don't know if
Hydralisk
that
coming to the
was
3rd.
spotted or what, but the Hydras are ready. I
gonna
think
be
they're
able
going
to
to snipe the
it.
shuttle!
Oh, and the shuttle does go down.
That's it.
Oh,
But at the same time, Zeus knows that he needs to hurry up and get bases down because he's going to mine out. So he's going to be taking his 4th, going to try and get this on 4 base to 4 base, which is quite nice for Protoss. And at the same time, it looks like he's going to pressure at one of Terra's bases. I doubt he'll commit with this army, but I think he'll offer some pressure at the base.
The difficult
Or
thing
perhaps
here
he's
for
just
him
going to
is
zone
that
on the map.
He has a very Dragoon heavy army, but his Hive Tech has finished, so his Zerglings, which he's got quite a lot of already, are going to be very intimidating once this crack finishes for them, and they are going to be...
Cracklings are extremely effective. Cracklings trade well with all gateway units. Unless you have gas units, you don't trade cost effectively with Cracklings. So if you have a gateway army like this, the only way you can get near and even trade is if you really hit money storms. If not, Zerg is very cost effective. And of course, this is a tough stage of the game for Protoss because he doesn't really have Reavers up and crazy defense at all the bases.
Oh,
and whoa, we've got a lot of Zerg coming.
Taking down
getting
so many of the Corsair going down.
Looks like there's only 2 or 3 left. But I was saying this is a tough stage for the game because Protoss has to deal with the insane mobility of the Zerg, especially with the Cracklings, and before their bases are heavily defended with Reavers and whatnot, this can be really tough.
It looks like Terra's not willing to commit with a smaller army at the moment, but he does have a massive counter-attack going to the 4th base.
And he's kind of threatening both bases, keeping the army of Zeus uncertainly in the middle of the map, so he doesn't quite know where to attack, where it needs to be positioned.
Very nice Zealot positioning here on the ramp, though, so it looks like he isn't going to be able to push up there. And Zeus's
Might
army
be
is coming across now to be able to help defend that if he needs to.
Robo support be on the way, and Hydra's in the main, morphing into in the top of the left main, morphing into lurkers, then changed back. And we might have a drop from Terra. I saw a bunch of overlords and units seemingly running around like they were loading up. This might be a drop here with this. But a Zealot is going to run to this. He might suspect it. We'll see what kind of army movement Zeus makes. None in response to this.
Very nice timing
so
actually.
far.
And
But he
he's
did
actually going directly as the 5th base is being placed, so he's got his timings really well done. I don't know if he's going to be able to kill all those cracklings though, but he definitely does scout that 5th base there from Terra.
And it looks like he's sending a control group of Zealots down there. Oh, there's a drop in the main. No, we've got a 4 Zealot drop. That is so many cracklings, though. It might be on a little bit of Jadon mode. Yeah, I think realize that Zealots in the base are killing a few drones, but now they're just fighting the Hydra. So it's more just going to be a distraction here for Terror.
Yeah, although unfortunately it's turned out to be in Zeus's disfavor there. If he had left that, maybe Terra wouldn't have noticed the Zerglings bunching up for another 5 or 10 minutes.
But it looks like he's going to deny Terra's 5th base at the bottom. We saw the control group there killing off a bunch of Lings, and I think we've got a mass drop from Terra at the 3rd of Zeus. The army is somewhat out of position, but there is a Templar there to storm if it can hit good storms as units are being dropped. But the rest of Terra's army is moving. Corsairs moving out. I don't think they'll be able to kill the Overlords though before they land. There's only 3 of them. It's not the critical mass that destroys stuff so fast. Massive drop on Lurkers, storms going off.
And oh man, it's like he's going to be able to drop on top of the probes. Lurkers bearing down. Oh, and the probes going down. Cannons going down, and there's a big engagement here.
Next with cracklings. The Dragoons have to get up the ramp. Obviously, all the probes have died with Lurkers in the mineral line. Zealots are coming up. He's running in. This is not going to be very cost efficient for Protoss, but he wants to save the Nexus at all costs. And he will be able to do it, I think, but he's lost all the probes there, obviously.
Yeah, and I think...
he's going to save the Nexus, yeah, he's going to save it.
But now the difficult thing for Killer is he has lost most of his... for Terra.
But he can still make a lot of cracklings, and he's dropping at the same time on the top. Lurkers going down, there's 1 storm, but there's only 1 Templar there to defend. And a bunch of cracklings are dropped. The cannons are all down. The base is down. I think he might be falling apart here to Zerg mobility. Actually, I don't know. Maybe he won't kill the Nexus as the Lings go and fight the Archons instead. If he had Swarm here, these Nexuses would be 100% dead. He's obviously got his Hive Tech. I don't know where the Defilers are yet. But this is...
It looks like he might be able to defend here, but he has to be careful though because the Lurker there with the Lings is a good combination. But
oh no, he's got the Nexus. He's got the Nexus. It's going to go down. There's Hydra there. There's Lings there. Down goes the 4th. And he's not 3rd, so Zeus now in a terrible position. Terror in a commanding lead. He's actually running some cracklings into the natural. We do have another 4 Zealot drop, though, into the main as Overlords hatch. Not a very good defense for Zealots, though. And another big drop, perhaps headed towards the 3rd. I see lots of Overlords headed here. Yeah, there we go. We got another drop. It's going to wipe out the 3rd. Zeus's army cannot scramble back in time, so Zeus is out of eco. And I don't... Oh, even a Lurker.
Ah, nice little Lurker block there, so the probes get through just so they can... Oh, Storm!
That Lurker Egg still blocking the army from getting up there, and honestly there's not much hope left for Zeus unless he can somehow kill Terror, but I don't think with 0 income that's going to happen.
Yeah, and the thing is, he's mined out in his main, he's almost mined out in his natural, so his economy is the thing which has basically killed him. So even though for a short time he was 4 base versus 4 base, he lost the 2 most important bases that he had to Terra's Hive Tech army. I think the difficult thing for him was that the drop caught him off guard and out of position, and he didn't have enough Archons up at the time anyway to be able to deal with it effectively. And we have another drop here in the natural of Zeus. Looks like he's going to be taking down even more probes and morphing some Lurkers. Yeah, he's got all of his... He's on 2-1 upgrades. He's it's pretty much just waiting for to give
Is
up
that a 3 Hydra drop, really? A 3 Hydra drop? Oh, he's gonna morph some Lurkers in the back. Which is actually kind of smart, because this is just going to delay Zeus a little more. He's probably not going to ignore it, and that just gives him more time to re-macro off his super strong eco. Again, Zeus is really pitiful eco. And at the same time, Terror looks like he was trying to secure both the 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock base, although 3 o'clock hasn't started making, but there's a drone there.
So he is still trying to remake his Nexus at this stage, and he's even still doing drops and everything, so it's not like he is totally gone to sleep on here, but I just don't see how he's going to be able to do it. Oh man, one of the Scourge chasing down the shuttle, but I don't think he's going to quite be able to manage to get it off. Although more Scourge coming across the map, it looks like Terra really wants to take him down. And nice storm!
With the Scourge unless he flies into it though. His speed is now done, and with a speed shuttle, it's the same speed as Scourge. So
it looks like this attack on the natural here from Terra is going to take down Zeus's natural. The Reaver with 14 kills, but it does eventually go down to a Zergling. And nice attempt at storming this, but I still don't see how he's going to be able to clear up all of these lurkers here, even with the amount of observers and archons he has. Although he is nice little storm there. Oh, he is actually going to be able to clear it up, I think. But the difficult thing now is that he's on 7 base essentially versus 2 base. One sort of mining base.
Did he even get probes to that top base? I don't think he did.
And GG.
So really got no go.
GG from Zeus. So STX taking it 1-0 at the moment.
The expected start though, but a good showing from Zeus. I wouldn't say he was embarrassed by Terror. I mean, he did get beat handily, but it wasn't like, you know, he lost in the first 5 minutes to something silly.
No, so I mean, as you said, he was still showing modern builds and stuff. I felt like his Corsair weren't used as effectively as they could, and I mean, Terra actually had excellent defense of the drops and everything, which was very skilled of him to be able to intercept that drop with his Hydralisk early on in the game. Anyway, we'll get into the next game.
Now we have to go to the other VOD, right?
Yeah, that's the one. And just...
당신에게 딱
Oh.
만들어냅니다.
Okay.
어떤 엔트리를 낼지요? 느낌이에요. 김윤중 선수. 자, 경시 스베누가 신저격.
Okay, so go to I'll put it in the Skype.
That timer link skips a game.
Eh? 12 minutes, 18 seconds.
Yeah, it's a different score. A score that implies another game is played. It starts earlier.
Oh, right. Wow, this game.
It's like 6:15 or something like that. I'll tell you when the game starts.
잘 맞고 있고.
Scrolling through the file.
Alright, there's a...
의욕이라든가 이런 부분도 많이 당신에게 딱 좋은 뭐 도와줘요. 예상에.
Okay,
Yeah, it'll be Terror against somebody.
4 minutes, 15.
그러니까.
Oh yeah, Sonic does one of his pauses in the middle of the game. I was messing with him. 4:15 is still a bit early. Let's see what 3:45 is. Commercial. What about 4 flat?
Yeah, 4:16 is the game.
Yeah, Sonic did something weird with it where he was like playing commercials. So right now, 4:13, 4:14, 4:15, 4:16 is where I'm at. Shall I count us down?
1 second. So yeah, 4:16?
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1,
2.
go.
And I don't know who the players are. I can't see the banners covered up, but we've got some redlings coming in here. Looking at the builds, they both have hatches down, so we probably had 12 hatch or 12 pool openings. It would be kind of nice to know, but we don't know exactly. Oh, there's redlings in the base killing... I think red is CJ? Who was red last game? That was Zeus, and that was CJ. So yeah, red is CJ player. Yellow is Terror. So I'll just call red CJ until we can actually get confirmation on who the player is.
It's either Quanner or Kolar, I would assume.
We got second gas going out for Terror at his natural. ZVZ gas is all important because it usually transitions into a muta game. We've got a creep colony going down for Terror as well as Spire is about 2/3 of the way done. Nice job here, Terror, just kind of blocking the bridges, forming little arcs there so we can have efficient engagement, making it impossible for our red CJ player to come across the bridges. Oh, but 2 lings sneak in, and Terror surprisingly pulls back all of his lings to deal with this. Oh, and there's lings in the natural, targeting down drones. Terror's gonna lose both drones in the natural, and commercial is it.
Commercial something or other.
Sonic, you troll. You troll.
Nah,
I don't know how many drones
I think it
were
was
behind.
Sniper Lot when they were switching stuff over and all that sort of thing.
Might have been.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so if you skip forward to 6:35. Yeah, 6:34.
6:34. All right, half a sec. All right, I'm there. Count us down again.
3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, so we see Muta out for both players now. Very low eco though for Terror. It looks like to be pretty badly hit. He's only got 3 drones mining minerals in the main, and I don't know how many in the natural. He's gonna pick off an Overlord here. Red player, I don't know where the mutas are. Oh, there we go, there's the mutas. I don't know who has the bigger stack either at this point in time. It looks like Red does. I think Terror only has 4 or 5. Red looks like his stack has a pretty dark shadow under it. Might even have more than a control group, which means that things should look pretty good for Red unless I'm really misjudging the number of muta that Terror actually has. I'd like to see the economy though for Red. Oh, Scourge, Terror even taking a Scourge hit. It's all about the micro at this point. He's coming in now for a big attack, but the micro from Red is pretty good. He eats a few Scourge, but not a ton, and the stack just looks way bigger for Red. I don't think Terror can attack, and I think Red's just being careful, making sure he doesn't lose anything. I want to see Red's economy, since we haven't seen much of this game. Then again, it's odd that whoever our CJ player is doesn't want to engage. Okay, so it's Cola. That's better. I can say this Red. It's interesting that Cola doesn't want to engage though, because it looks like he has way more. You keep showing me Terror's drone count, but what is Cola's drone count?
Yeah,
here we go. Mutas for Terror coming in again. Yeah, that's fairly common though.
Yeah,
getting a few shots off. Yeah. Getting lots of shots off, and Terror trying to pick an engagement here, which is allowing lots of shots off.
Man, there's Scourge engaging.
Yeah, okay.
And it looks like he's going to take it down. GG from Terror, and it is now tied 1-1 with Cola taking that game quite handily. Looks like he killed
Cola just flat out had more muta. He probably just killed a lot of drones and won off that.
Yeah, it looked like he got a Ling Runbay of some sort, I would imagine.
Now, okay, yeah, I remember what time it was. Alright. I am at said time.
Wait, which time are you at?
The one you linked in Skype.
Alright. One second. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, so spawning in the top right-hand corner as a yellow Protoss from XTX, we have, I don't know, I need to pull up the set list or something so I know who the hell is actually playing. We do know the red Zerg is going to be, though.
Yeah, that's Cola still. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's Kim Yun Ju. So that is. Shuttle. Right.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
1 second. I'll change that. No, not that.
So, let's see here. Cola, definitely more of an underdog in this matchup. We haven't seen much of him. He hasn't been playing in many SRTs, so I don't really know what to expect from him. Or if he has, he's been getting eliminated very early.
Yeah.
His verse P, statistically in SOSPA, not that strong. It is only 48%, and he is 4 of his last 10 games. And of course, Shuttle, one of the stronger SOSPA players, and is probably feeling high as can be, as he did just beat Killer 3-2 in SRT semifinals, and he is. Oh yeah, I didn't realize his percentage was that abysmal. He's actually an abysmal 48% for a player of his caliber versus C. So statistically, on paper, pretty even matchup, and he has 5 of his last 10, but 3 of those are against Killer. So
yeah,
that's
the thing is that because he's playing against Killer and Hero, like got monster ZVPs. So if Cola is not of the same caliber, then Shuttle is going to be. Probably I would say he's favoured in this, and as you said, like Cola hasn't seemed to have been playing in many tournaments recently, although he did play like about 6 months to a year ago. I remember him playing in some SRT or SSL, so I remember him as
the map is Sniper Ridge, by the way.
Yeah, I remember him as the guy with really high APM.
Yeah, Cola has a lot of spam. I think he has the highest of anybody in SOSPA, or so I've heard.
Yeah, I mean
that doesn't mean the best multitasking or mechanics. APM is literally just how much basically you're spamming.
Yeah, and he does spam pretty hard, yeah.
And this is Sniper Ridge. So the defining feature of this map, especially in ZVP, you see a lot of aggressive, like 5 or 6 hatch plays, because there's the high ground ridge right outside the natural, and you just put a bunch of lurkers on that, and it makes a nightmarish contain to break. So that's a pretty popular playstyle for this map.
Yeah, and to be honest, in any matchup, that's basically the ridges, that kind of thing. That you put tanks on them, you put even just a line of dragoons on them or lurkers. As long as you can hold that ramp, it's really hard to break out of it.
Yes, it is. If you want to talk about a nightmare map for contains, though, wait till you've faced a contain on Premier Plateau.
Oh, yes. Happily, I'm only the one doing the containing on that map, I have to say, but...
Unless, yeah, I guess Terrans don't contain that often unless there's a mech contain. Oh, Ling, run by! He blocks one very nicely, but one does get in. It's not really going to be enough. It shouldn't get any probe kills, but it is going to be a lifetime of scouting information for Cola, assuming he doesn't get cocky going for probes and like lose it to probes.
Was it just me, or did we have a
But he'll be able to run that around forever. Gas goes up for Shuttle. He's got the pylon down, so obviously everything pretty standard. Shuttle wants to chase it down.
Just saying, what time are you at? Because I've got some random chat screen suddenly.
1548, 1550. That's where I'm at.
Weird. Very weird. Anyway, back into it. I'm at 1556, sort of. Yeah,
so again, one cannon from Shuttle. Cola only made 2 lings. You can get away with 1 cannon as long as there's 4 lings or less. If they make 6, you usually need to make the second cannon, and certainly if they're making 8 or more. Almost always the second cannon.
I think the thing with 6 lings is that if you've got your wall already up and you've got a probe or 2 blocking, then you don't even need that. 2 cannons. It all depends on like. If you think he's going to go for 8 lings, you probably do need to get the second one up until your zealot is up.
Cola started to make a building, maybe a Hydra Den, and then I think he saw the probe coming and canceled it and blocked his ramp. So I don't know what Cola's looking to do. But he did get Lair, so that would
not be
consistent.
He put a creep colony down as well and then cancel that as well. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know what that was about either. And that's a little bit of wasted minerals. I mean, it's not that significant, but, you know, early game builds, the 25 minerals lost is a second or 2 on your timing, which occasionally makes a difference, especially at this super high level. I want to see the Lair timing against the Stargate. Lair was pretty quick. I think his Spire timing is going to be pretty good. There's the Spire. What's the Stargate at? I think it's fine. I don't even know if he'll get 1 Overlord kill. Yeah, that's going to be done when Spire's at like 400 health. I don't think he'll be able to get an Overlord kill off this. He'll just get a little scouting information. Oh, it's going to be a Robo. So we might just see Sarah Reaver, and I kind of like that because if you have Reaver, it's quite nice for breaking the contains, as Reavers outrange the lurkers.
Yeah, and the other thing,
just give you a lot more splash and firepower.
And given the
harass potential.
Yeah, exactly, harass, because they're not cross positioned, so it's a nice place to be able to send your stuff. Even if you are contained, you can still attack and do a lot of damage.
And if he does go for contain, it's worth noting, obviously when you're going for contain, you're keeping a lot of your units up at the base. So if Shuttle leaves with 2 Reavers to go harass, that can require a lot of Hydra back home to defend, and when you're trying to contain, you usually don't leave them back like that, so it offers a lot of harass potential against a potential contain. Now there's no guarantee that Cola is going to play that way, but it's very common on this map. Yeah, we can see the Spire is going to be basically finished right as the Sarah arrives, and we've got a Zealot poke, but it is definitely not +1 as the Forge was not spinning and getting a Robo. So I doubt there's speed either, so it's just kind of a Zealot poke trying to force lings, force Slunkins, and maybe get a drone kill or 2. Oh, there's actually 5 Zealots out, but again, no upgrades on them.
Yeah, I think that's fine though, is that in this position though, he can, as you said, force a lot of lings, and it sort of has a, I think, probably logarithmic scale, is that if you manage to force drones not to be made, then you get that advantage for quite a long time later on into the game. However, it looks like he has got enough lings to be able to deal with this, especially with the drone.
Shuttle's control has been really nice though. He's already killed off a lot of lings, and he's been really efficient with these Zealots, putting them in obnoxious positions where only 1 or 2 lings can attack the Zealot at a time, which allows the Zealots to trade very effectively as opposed to if the lings can get a complete surround. But he's finally got enough, and he's got his surround now, and we'll be able to eliminate those Zealots. But again, that was what? Maybe 14 lings? I mean, that's, 7 or 8 drones that he doesn't have now.
Yeah, exactly, and well, yeah, that was actually a very effective trade considering they're just slow lots without +1. Anyway, the robotic support is complete, and I've got a frozen stream. Wonderful. What time are you at?
Ooh. 1940. He's going up to 6 hatcheries. He's just put down his Hydra Den, so it's going to be a while before we have any lurkers out on the map. He's going to actually, he's actually going Meta opening. All right, that's fine. He'll probably get +1 carapace then. I don't.
I'm at
It's not done,
05,
but
06, 07, 08,
58, 1958, 1959, 20.
Yeah, I'm ahead of you 15 seconds, so if you can try jump forward, that'd be excellent.
Oh, you want me to jump forward? All right.
That'd be cool. Okay, so he only has a few Mutalisks, so he's got a lot more Scourge than Mutalisks, so I don't think he's going to necessarily commit to the Mutalisk attack. I think the Corsair will be, the Scourge will be very useful though for defending against Corsair, although he already does have quite a few finish. He's also got his +1 on the way for ground weapons, and +1 for air weapons as well, so he looks like he is somewhat committed to the Sarah Reaver play.
Oh my god, this is a lot. Okay, yeah, and Kola is really prepared for this. He has a few Muta to soak the damage and fleets of Scourge. He'll probably try to engage with the Muta and then have the Scourge come in from multiple angles and get rid of all the Corsairs and the shuttle at the same time.
Yeah, and
this is really dangerous from shuttle, because he's got critical mass of Sairs, but critical mass of Sairs doesn't work with +1, and if Muta come in to take a little damage and Scourge from all angles.
Scourge, man.
It's kind of cute that he's got the Archon in here though, but there's going to be a fleet of Scourge coming in soon. He's targeting at the Reaver, but pretty good Scarab there, and the Archon also there to deal damage. Here come the Scourge. He's not leading with the Muta, which is less than ideal. The Corsairs may vaporize them all. Yes, it does. A pretty good trade there from Shuttle, especially since the Shuttle is alive. Yeah, I'd say that was pretty favorable. I mean, he killed 3 or 4 Corsairs, but that was a lot of gas and Scourge he just gave up for that, and to not even get the Shuttle out of that is...
Yo, what time are you at there?
22:48.
Yeah, you're like a minute ahead of me now. I'm at 22:08, 22:09, 22:10,
What?
22:11, 22:12, 22:13. Okay, so as Elmaster just happily told us, here come the Corsair in to engage. Archon coming along, but the Reaver is dropped. Looks like it's taking down a lot of the Hydralists there. And the Scourge coming in, trying to engage here, but a lot of them getting taken down. Corsair all going taken down though. Very nice play here. And even the Archon is taken down. Only the Reaver is left with a couple of Corsair and the Shuttle. And he has Burrow for his drone, so he's able to save all of his workers there. Very nice play here from Kola. Quite effectively cleaned up, and now I'm inclined to say that if anything he has an advantage because there's not much of a ground army here from Shuttle to be able to do much rest or defense here.
What time are you at?
56, 22:57, 22:58, 59.
Okay. I see some Muta flying around over a Ling right now.
Yep, that's
and he's got a bunch of he's got a bunch of burrowed Hydra as well, which presents like burrowed Lings are good for scouting. Burrowed Hydra though are a trap because the shuttle flies over them. You're paying attention. Unburrow, boom, 12 Hydra shoot, shuttle gone.
And it looks like there is some harassment in the main, but we can't actually see it because Sonic is a noob. Sonic, you noobie. Look at the main. Look at the main, Sonic.
Sonic is a decent obs, but he is definitely not on the level of a perma obs for MBC or
yeah, and of course that's part of it is just because he's having to concentrate while he does it. Looks like a couple of drone kills happened there, but not many because of the burrow, and he appears to have cleaned that up. So good play.
Alright, so Hydra's gonna spot these guys moving out. There's a decent flock of Muta already shooting at the Zealots, which need to go back. Oh, he burrows all the Hydra. I don't know if the Zealots quite saw that. If they don't, this could be absolutely fatal, especially if Hero is patient and waits for the shuttle to pull the trigger on unburrowing those Hydra. Kola, yeah. Did I say Hero?
Yeah, you did, man. It's okay. I want to see Hero play too, man. I understand. And it looks like he's going to keep those Hydras buried, even though the Corsair are right there. I think he's waiting for the shuttle to appear. And he's trying to use the Mutalisks to drive those away. So if he can get the shuttle to come out, or even just the entire army, because he does at the moment outnumber his ground armies quite significantly. To be honest, I'm a little bit surprised that we're not seeing any expansion just yet from Kola, considering the map control that he has. I think it wouldn't be that bad a decision. Oh, nice little blocking burrowed Ling there, which is going to be able to defend it. And this could actually turn out very well here with the Hydralist burrowed there. If he burrows, then he is going to be able to smack the Reaver.
Goes down immediately. Nice snipe.
What a play there. That is what those burrowed Hydras are for, and that is very excellent play there from Kola.
He has not killed the shuttle yet, but now we can see pressure beginning in earnest. He can come in there and snipe the Templar with the Muta if he wants. There's only a few Corsairs, not enough to kill the Muta before he goes for the Templar snipe.
Yeah, it looks like he didn't quite have enough Hydralisk to be able to engage with her, especially with the high Templar there, which could shoot them as they go into the choke. But he is going to be able to at last take his third, and now the difficult thing here for Cola is that he does have a nice ground army. He did manage to snipe that Reaver, but he needs to be able to take another base, or else he's going to be behind in economy.
Tons of Hydra here. It's going to come down to really good micro and Muta sniping Templar. If he doesn't get Templar snipes, we see it time and time again. Mass Hydra, even at pro gamer level, just cannot beat over time Dragoon Templar. It just won't win unless you get rid of some of the Templar, even if your Storm dodges are godly. We saw Killer lose that way on Fighting Spirit. There's numerous games in Pro Leagues. Effort lost to Jongbi or Bisu or somebody from the same kind of thing. So if he's going to stick with Mass Hydra, he really has to get the Templar.
But I think he does have enough Mutalisk there. He's going to come in here. He's going to snipe.
He's going on top of the Templar right now. No Storm being thrown down yet because he's distracted at the entrance. But he's only gotten two of the Templar, one still remains.
I think that could be enough though, because there's so many Hydras here. Reaver going down, Cannon's going down, the Dragoons are caught out of position. Nice
storm goes off. It is a pretty darn good storm, killing 5 or 6 Hydra at least, but the other dodge from Cola is excellent. And now there's a bunch of Hydras against just a few Dragoons. They're going to get slaughtered, and there doesn't seem to be units from Shuttle. I think Hero Cola might have this. The wall is going down. There's Hydras in the natural. There doesn't seem to be another Reaver out, and GG.
Oh, Cola there was some amazing play there with the burrowed units, defending the harass excellently in the beginning. That was very nice to see, man. That was awesome. Very entertaining as well with the burrowed Hydras sniping the Reaver.
They didn't get the shuttle, but still, one Reaver. You know, that was all the defense he had for the third, and it kind of forced him to have his army in a different place, because now he had to have the army camp there to defend, and that opened up other windows for Cola's attack.
Yep. Okay, so we need to zoom forward to 31:45.
Just gonna type it in Skype.
Alright, 1 second.
That way we don't accidentally spoil game length or anything if we have technical difficulties. One of the downsides casting off VOD, someone's need to get us the reps from Sonic. That would be so sexy.
That would be awesome. I probably will ask him. 1 second.
Can't get it, but oh my god, if he actually did. Be the coolest shit ever. 32:54. And I'll be there in a sec.
Super Goso player from Cola there. Anyway, the next players up we have is Yan Hyun-jae, which is Mini.
Alright, count me down.
Once they
ready.
Change the name. Mini. Okay. So you're at the time? 3, 2, 1, go.
So spawning in the bottom left-hand corner as the red Zerg, we have from CJ, Cola.
AKA No-jae-sang. No-jae-sang. Jason. He's pretty much Jason, man. We should just call him Jason from now on.
Jason. Give him an American name so Americans can relate to him better.
Well, Westerners in general, but yeah. And it looks like we're going to have the FFE from Mini in the top right corner, playing for STX Zombie Team. It is Mini.
Zombie, these guys are alive, man. They're not dead. How dare you insult them? Alright, so we don't know, we don't exactly know what to expect from Mini. I haven't watched enough of his play on Snipe-A-Lot to know exactly how his form is, and he's played almost none in SOS, but he's played only a few games, none of them against Zergs. But if we look at his Brood War statistics from when he was a Brood War Pro, he had pretty good PvZ. He was it wasn't the hugest sample size, but he was an up-and-coming newer player, and he was 5-4. Let me see what names he played against so we can get a better feel for how he was. Oh, it doesn't have the names in there. What? Well, that's kind of weird. Okay, it doesn't actually have the record in games, but he was 5-4 in PvZ, which is pretty darn solid. So we'll see if he's able to bring some of that form here today on, what is this, Winning Cloud?
Yeah, it's Winning Cloud, Neo Winning Cloud, I believe, which is an excellent map that has come out of the Sonic. I think Rose of Dream created it, and well, it looks like he might be going for a Cannon Rush. Maybe? No, he's just sending the probe around to be sneaky. Force the Overlord to try and look for him. And we do have a little bit of probe.
Statistically winning Cloud is not good for Zergs though so far in SOSPA, 44%. Again, not the hugest sample size of games, but potentially telling.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because I sort of felt like because of the third on the old, like the original Winded Cloud, I felt like the third was quite open in terms of Protoss being able to defend it against Hydralisk, because you need a lot of cannon to defend it because it wasn't up a ramp. But the new one, I think, helps solve a lot of that because you can't come in with as many Hydralisk at a time. So a couple of Templar can storm on the ramps and defend them a lot more easily. So yeah, the new Winded Cloud I think is a lot is better balanced for Protoss versus Zerg. A lot of SOSPA or Afrika Zergs really have been taking the closer third recently in ZVP, and it seems to be a gradual change. And I've talked to a few of the top foreigner Zergs and they're not completely sure why, but they say that it's probably because it's a little bit easier to defend the closer third, so they want to be able to get into a macro game against Protoss, and because they're taking the closer third it's easier. I think the reason that they originally would take the far away third was because they could have, if they secure the natural, then they were able to immediately take the main behind that and get onto 4 bases extremely quickly, but Protoss harass and play in the mid game has gone to the level where it's a little bit difficult for them to be able to hold the faraway bases on a big map like this. The other thing, of course, is that you can, well, it's not per se easier, but it's easier to defend if you do a Hydra bus and you are forced to retreat and defend. Then because you have the close 2 bases, again, it's easier to defend with that. Anyway, we do have one Zealot coming across the map here from Mini, and it looks like he's going to try and do a bit of harassment with that.
And Kola doesn't know about it because the Zealot was killed, or the Zergling was killed by the cannon and hit from the Zealot. So he doesn't know the Zealot's moved out. Actually, he probably sees it now with Overlord.
Yeah, and that Zealot's managed to get himself stuck in that little gap there. Just chilling, having a smoke in the corner where nobody can see him. Looks like he's coming across.
Yeah, he's
looks like he's going to be able to snipe one of the Zerglings, but 4 or 5 Zerglings, they're going to take down the probe.
Oh, the Zealot's trying to chase a Ling, but
oh, nice micro here from Kola though.
It's pretty nice micro actually though, yeah. At first, actually, I don't know. He lost 4 Lings to a Zealot. Like, it looked nice, but in the end, was it actually effective? I don't think so. Second gateway going up here. Ooh, no Stargate play.
Looks like he's going to go for an early +1 speed lock timing attack pre-Sir, which means you can get it down faster and with more units, I believe.
Yeah. The unit count will be pretty similar, but what will be different is the timing. If it goes Stargate first, it usually hits around like 705, 710. With this, you can hit about 610 or 615. So it's definitely quite a bit faster timing-wise.
Yeah, and of course, again, it forces the Zerg to be able to produce a lot more Zerglings and potentially Sunkens and even Mutalisks to be able to defend it if it's if the micro is good off it. Looks like he's going across with another 3 slow Zealots, and I'm not sure if actually Kola's realized this. He looks like he might be looking around for the Zealots, but he can't see them. He's actually a little bit vulnerable now.
Oh, no, he's gonna find it.
Could have been run by.
He's finding the map.
Okay.
I was just watching the mini-map and I could tell that he ran into him. He didn't engage though, so nothing lost, but he knows they're out on the map poking around. And he's got to be careful with this because he wants to do a +1 attack, and Kola has Ling speed now. So if Kola pops a few more Lings and gets this around, he'll just pick off 3 Zealots for free, and then the attack, the +1 attack is not really intimidating at all.
No, it becomes
although it might be so close to done. This might actually be the time right now. He might be really close to +1. Unfortunately, we can't see. He's adding double Stargate. Okay, so he's doing the double Stargate follow-up.
Right.
So yeah, I was gonna say it's a pretty common follow-up. I really hope he's about to have +1. Otherwise, it's kind of strange that he's out here with 4 slow lots.
Yeah, it would be 5 in a second, I think. But to be honest, 5 slow lots at this stage of the game with like a couple more to reinforce.
Oh, no Sunken, man. The Sunken just finished. There's no Lings there. A few are coming in, but he can take down the Sunken pretty easily. +1 is not done though. He's leaving a couple to target the Sunken. That's pretty typical, but a pretty nice glitch there from the drones getting them off the Sunken, and now a few Hydra are popping. The Sunken's gonna go, and Mini's just gonna peace out.
He does have his speed finish though, and his +1 is finished, so he's got 4 Zealots there. So I think he's still going to have a little bit of a poke around, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to quite do much damage.
Yeah, most likely at this point he won't commit. He'll just poke around and pick off stray units. He'll kind of zone with the zealots between the natural and the third, and pick off any units that are in vulnerable spots, and continue to reinforce that as he does.
Yeah. Now, because he's going 2-gate Sarah off this, is he getting +1? I would assume he is, but unfortunately, there's no Mulus being created, so he's only going to be able to snipe off Overlords with this. He's not really going to be able to...
He's going for the Sunken. He's got 1 or 2 attacking the Sunken. It's really low on health. It is now down. Now this base is much more vulnerable to the harass, but there are still... Actually, there's only 3 Hydras left against 3 Zealots. More Hydra are coming over. He will probably need to leave. That is too many to take. That Zealot is going to barely escape with his life. And I don't think even the reinforcements are going to be enough to deal with 10 or so Hydra. But we can see now there's a Corsair mass, there's 4 of them. There'll soon be 6, and they'll be able to move out and start harassing the Overlords.
Yeah. Now, of course, the hard thing still with those because of the amount of...
Oh, Corsair turns into the Scourge for inexplicable reasons. That was controlled by Mini. Not EC level.
Definitely not BC level, and now he's of course aware that there is 2 Stargates because there was 4. Well, having said that, he may have only seen 1 of the Seer, so he may not still realize that it is 2-gate Seer, 2-star Seer.
We've got a bunch of Hydra streaming across the map now. Gonna want to poke at the front of Protoss. Well, now he's gonna know because there's suddenly 5 or 6 Seers attacking the Overlord off of no Stargate opening.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a counter though at the same time. There's only 2 Hydra back. 1 is gonna fall really fast as Zealot's immediately on top of it. The second might be a little hard to get to as the drone drill's fairly good. And a few more Hydra. Oh, and a Sunken behind the minerals. He's gonna have to leave. And now we've got the bus at the front. He is getting aggressive up against the wall. How fast will these cannons go? There's 4 there. That's probably enough to hold this, especially if the Templar gets stormed, and especially with the wall. The Hydra just can't get in. He's going for it, though. He's trying to take down the cannons, bring down the defense so that this reinforcing Hydra can allow for the win, and he will get the last cannon. That is really, really big, especially if there are more Hydra coming. I don't know if there are, though.
Yeah,
like, that is the kind of thing you do. Trading Hydra for cannons like that is usually what you do.
To the Hydra is sitting there. Oh no, he does manage to save it though. But yeah, he did manage to defend that.
More Hydra there, but they're not targeting it. They're not targeting it. He could have got it. Oh, DT comes. DT is going to be pretty important for defense because he doesn't have Overlords here.
Yeah,
I don't even know if he has speed yet.
He does have the mass here with DT as well. He's actually there's no detection. There's no spore colonies anywhere. If he can kill off the, if he can kill off.
Oh yeah. Good point.
And the Hydras are still coming across the map, but because the DT is there, I don't know about this. There's 2 DT out now and high tech clouds as well. He's going to have to pull back.
It's up now. They'll have time to finish since he has to pull back from the DT.
Yeah, that looks like he's stopped producing Sarah, if I saw that correctly.
Okay, he's got Overlord speed. Yeah, probably. He probably doesn't need ridiculous number. Oh, this is a pretty good find because these are the Overlords he needs to deal with the DT, and I don't think the Hydra can scramble back into... they barely can.
It's be close. He does have to pull back there. Those 2D have to be careful though now.
And the Overlord path didn't see them. Although actually they're moving in a pretty favorable direction to run into these DTs just incidentally.
Yeah, let's be careful of losing because they're so close to each other that it'd be easy to lose both of them to this mass Hydralisk here. But it looks like Kohler is going into defensive mode for now. Meanwhile, more gateways have been added on for Mini, so he's probably going to be looking to do a bit more of a stronger ground army now.
DTs. He moved Overlords back into position, eat space, pulled a bunch of Hydra back. He must have noticed those DTs. Nothing else would explain him just going and clustering all the way in his base like this, morphing a bunch of lurkers at various spots on the map.
Looks like the Scourge are going to chase the Corsair, but...
oh, DT find the eggs. Going to have to cancel a few of those morphing lurkers.
Actually, he doesn't cancel them. That's actually quite a problem for him, actually, because that's a lot of gas, really, to be losing. That's,
yeah, 100 gas per lurker. 5 gateways from Mini.
Robo on the way, they'll just be for the Lurkers Observatory, I assume. I doubt he's going for Reaper at this stage.
He's trying to slip into the base. Sonic, look at the DTs. There we go. There's that Sunken back there, and they're Overlords, but still could get kills. But obviously, the fact that Sunken's attacking something should alert Kola.
And he does get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
6 is the final total.
that's not the worst trade. Although at this stage of the game, it's yeah, at this stage of the game, it's not as good as it could have been. But still, it's not bad for 2 Dark Templars, really.
Small Lurk Hydra Force moving across the map. I don't think he can kill with this, but if he set it, I was gonna say if he set up a contain on the high ground there, he could just have a contain on the high ground and then go kill Protoss's attempt at the third. But I guess the third isn't started, so he's just gonna start setting up a contain there outside the natural of Protoss.
Yeah, this Lurker contain is going to be okay for a short while, but to be honest, I'm pretty sure observers are not far at all. Oh, he's got a shuttle first, so he's going to go for I presume 4 High Templar or 2 High Templar, 2 Zealot drop.
4 High Templar would be a lot, I would think, to take off 2 base. Probably just Templar or 2 and a Zealot or 2.
Yeah, I think he only actually picked up 1 there, if I saw correctly, and I'm not sure if he even put any Zealots there. He is coming up his gateway so that he can get out of it.
Base gas is really precious. Like, you want to make Goons, Templar, and Obs, so I'd be surprised if he took 4. Oh god, these Templar are way in front. He needs to storm or do something!
Oh, one of them gets sniped, but he does get a storm off. Not very effective there, as the Hydralists were already moving back before the storm came down.
That was a whiff. And he's sniped a Templar for free, so to waste a storm and a Templar is a pretty nice start there.
He also has to be careful with this Observer, because it is ever so slightly protruding. The other hard thing for him is that he's going to try and do a drop here, but if he's only got a single High Templar, he is looking like he's going to push out against these Lurkers, but there's a lot of Hydra. Nice storm, but the Hydra's already moved back.
Here comes the drop, the Zealots are down, the drones are running
though. Oh, it's a good storm. Quite a few units going down, and he leaves 2 Zealots here to try and snipe down that sunken colony. Meanwhile, he's still trying to break out here, but...
stormed, I think, off 1 Templar, or I don't know.
Oh, still coming in, he has to be careful with the observers here.
And he gets all of them.
One
it's
observer,
really hard
2 observers going down, but he does have a 3rd observer waiting.
It's really, really hard to save Obs when they're slow like that against Scourge. They're just too fast. Once you have speed, it's a little more possible, but Scourge can still catch them.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's the gateways. That's 9 gate. Oh wait, no, he lost a gate at the front. No, he's got a gate. He's got 9 gateways. That's a lot of gateways.
Yeah, it is very interesting gateway placement as well, I have to say. But he's in a bit of an awkward position here now, as he has to be able to break out of here, or else he's just going to stay on 2 base, and eventually you're just going to run out of money. Nice little overlord snipe here from Mini though. Looks like he's going to... Oh, just about lost the Corsair there, but he's okay. Now looks like he is going to try and push out here slowly with the Dragoons to pick off the Lurkers.
Oh, that storm is pretty good. That did good. Oh, pretty darn
nice storms
good.
there. Not too bad. Definitely
because what happens is Hydra over time he gets softened up, and then when you go for the full bust, they just die really fast. Like, you don't necessarily have to have huge storms here that kill all the Hydra. You just kind of soften them up over time.
Yeah. Now the interesting thing here is that Kola is... He's in a... I feel like Kola should have another base by now, but then if he did have another base, he probably wouldn't be able to hold this contain necessarily.
Kola has a lot of stuff, and Mini has a lot of Zealots, but I'm worried about if Mini can't get rid of these Lurkers, and with his few goons he's got, I'm a little worried for Mini right now.
I mean, he has done a lot of Zealots there after that. Like, if he can get rid of the Lurkers, he will destroy all of those Hydralists.
Lurkers to get rid of with such a small number.
Hydralists coming in here for an attack here. Nice little split here, forcing some storms off here, but it's not going to be... I think, to be honest, the fact that he forced those storms is going to be quite good for him.
Is Mini just going to go for it? Is he just going to go for it? Yeah, Mini's just going to go for it. He's going to need really, really good storms if he wants this to have any chance of working, and he's not storming at all, so this is just going to get obliterated.
Yeah, all those Hydralists are taking down everything. That's a storm there, but it's not that great. Still, it does manage to do a bit of damage, but he's actually just lost a lot of units.
He is continuing to come. He's trying to get rid of all the Templar. He forces the Archons on some of them, and he's going to pick off at least one of the Archons, make that the second one, too. And, yeah, he's still got a lot of Hydra back and a lot of Lings. Definitely
I think he's going to be able to hold this contain here now.
I think I'm pretty sure Cola's going to win at this point. Mini's going for kind of his last boss. We can see how low his minerals is. He's really got to break out here, but it's so many Zealots against a lot of Lurkers, just not working out for Mini. And of course, on 2 base, the gas is so limited. It's really hard to break out. Because you can't
to take down another
and he's going for it, but oh man, oh my god, he retreats too. He's taking so much damage. There's so many units left from Kola, and even on relatively low economy, easily outproduced, and now is full. How many kills?
14 kills.
Oh, it's just sitting in the natural. Alright, finally Hydra's gonna kill it.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I mean, you can see Kola's eco's not that good, but Mini just doesn't seem to have what's needed to break out.
Yeah, and Kola is taking a 4th. He's going
still
again.
A lot of Lurkers there, and Zealots just evaporate to Lurkers.
Yeah, I just don't see how he's going to be able to break out here, no matter how hard he tries. Because of the small choke, he isn't able to get a surround on the lurkers, and the lurkers have got the surround on him.
Yeah, and some of them are even on high ground to boot, which doesn't matter for the Zealots, but it matters quite a bit for the Dragoons.
Yeah. Oh, and he manages to take down. Was that a Corsair there?
I think it was.
Yeah. So I believe that's the last Corsair there for Mini. So he's basically got 0 map control now.
Is he getting Hive? He's got no carapace, which is a bit odd.
Yeah, he probably couldn't afford it though. I mean, as you said, he didn't have that much economy at his natural and presumably at his other bases. After the harass, there wasn't really that much left. It looks like Mini's still going to try and do a bit of harass here with this shuttle though. Wow, it looks like he's trying to push out, but he still hasn't got anything. He has to have money storms, and that is a good storm there.
God, these storm dodges from Kola are really nice though. He is splitting really quickly and efficiently.
And oh, nice storm again. Looks like he's still not going to be able to push out there.
Oh, Mini is lined out.
He's literally got no money left. I think he's going to do this drop and then probably just
Kola
leave straight after that.
We can just see it all and re-drone. Oh, he's got a drone up here. Is he going to be making manor hatches? Obs fleet. He's like, give me the Obs. The Obs has speed though, so he can sort of run away. And again, the Hydra and Ling force the Protoss army back. It's going to be a 4 Zealot drop in the main of Kola. There's a Sunken there. So that'll probably get rid of some of it. He's going to snipe down the Archon or something. I don't know. This Zealot drop is killing a few drones. But like I said, when you're this far ahead, you don't care because you honestly don't have to make more army. You can just re-drone in. It looks like everything is going in now. He is just going for the kill. Look at all the idle probes there that have gone to the natural. But there's just not going to be enough units for Mini to hold it. It looks like he doesn't even have storms. And GG.
GG.
Kola is terrible.
Interesting thing to think about though is he did have that shuttle. He could have had a probe sneak out and take one of the bottom right bases. And I have the feeling that Kola wouldn't, Kola wouldn't have noticed because he didn't have anything spotting for that. So that could have been quite interesting if he had done that, but unfortunately for him, he did not. Okay, so I'll give you the time on this Skype here.
Yeah, let's see. What did you say? Okay. I can do that. Wait. Whoops, that's like a minute too far. Okay, count us down.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. 49, 50, 51.
Alright, so we're going to have Kola again as our red CJ Zerg. But I don't know who the other player is. It's a Protoss.
Kim Bong-joon, my friend.
These Korean names don't help me, man. Let's find the English name. It's. Can you just read that from no?
It's Brittany.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Well.
Brittany.
So Brittany, I guess the general opinion is Brittany is not that strong. He's sort of, I guess, a student of movies. I don't know what else to say about him, but I don't think he's really considered on the same tier. Like, he's good enough to play in SOSPA, but definitely a weaker player. I would say, especially given who Kola's just killed, Brittany would be the solid favorite for this game.
Yeah. Are you sure he wouldn't be considered Terra's sort of protege in many ways? Have you actually seen Brittany stream? And he has some of his entertainment is somewhat similar to Terra's.
Oh, he's a crazy psycho dude.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, it's Blue Storm! We've seen plenty of this in SOSPA. Unique feature of this map is that you have to rally your units out. You can't just rally them anywhere on the map willy-nilly. You have to move to your third first, and then you can move out on the map, because otherwise they try to pass through the center choke, but only small units can pass through there, so it gets a little awkward. It's really frustrating for newer players to StarCraft to play on this map, because, again, it's a lot more stuff to focus on.
It's easy, man. Just go air, and then you don't have to worry about that, man.
Or do that. 2H Muta all in all day.
That's the one, man. That's the one.
If you're Protoss, you can't just go air though, so it's a problem for Protoss players.
Can you go?
But then again, you don't need any mechanics to play Protoss. You don't need any mechanics to play Protoss, so you can send all your mechanics to that. It's no big deal. Everyone knows. Just 1A, 2A, 3A herder.
Herder. Hui hui hui.
Oh yeah,
nice
sometimes I
little,
click T too.
a nice little pro harassment here from Brittany. Just being annoying. I don't think he's probably going to be able to take one down, but it is pretty annoying.
Anytime you do, it's just like a little embarrassing factor. It's just Zerg being sloppy if the probe ever gets a kill, even if you're Bisu.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like, it's pretty easy to keep the drones alive if you want to, if you just focus on it. You gotta focus.
Oh, is he gonna get surrounded? No, it looks like he is okay.
Actually, I think he
for
might.
them.
If he kept that overlord going in the same direction, he would have lost it to the cannon. But he is going to pull it back in time. That would have been really unfortunate for Cola if he had gotten this far and then had lost.
What time are you at?
57, 51, 52, 53, 54. Is that same?
You jumped way ahead of me.
Right.
Keep counting. You jumped way ahead of me.
58, 59, 80, 58, 58, 01, 58, 02, 58, 03, 58, 04, 5,
Okay, you're
6, 7.
You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. Oh, speed! Whoa, that's pretty quick speed. Did he do 9 full speed and I just wasn't paying attention? Because Kola already has some speed. So this means run by potential, but he hasn't made 12 lanes. It looks like he's only made 6. I see 1 lane poking the probe up the butt, and I think I saw 5 others, so I think he made 6 lanes. He's got 2 cannons though, so as long as he blocks, he'll be okay. But if he wasn't ready for a block, 6 speedlings can easily run past 2 cannons.
Yeah, and to be honest, I think he stopped making Zerglings once he saw with the overlord that there was 2 cannons because there was no point to it. He is taking his third now at the bottom right base. And that'll be just because of the gas there. This is one of the harder things though about Blue Storm is that the base at the bottom right and top left are quite open, particularly for a Zerg player. Well, probably for anyone really. They are a little bit open, so it's hard to be hard to keep it defended. So a lot of players will take the closer mineral only just because that's a little bit easier to defend. But again, like sort of similar to Matchpoint as well, is that the third mineral only is it's just on a ramp basically, so it's also quite hard to defend in that sense.
Why does Kola keep putting down these creep colonies? That's like the third game in a row he's gonna put down
supply.
Oh, okay, all right. That's. I don't even know if that's worth it. I mean, I guess he's doing it, but I've never seen that in games before.
He's probably just doing it to be super efficient because there's if he's at.
But you lose some minerals when you do that too.
Yeah, but you don't lose much for a 75 creep colony. You lose what, 25% of that, so it's 20 minerals.
Something like
it's
that.
It's worth it if you can get a drone out fast.
18.75.
Because the drone will pay for itself really quickly. So we do have the spy coming down, looks pretty standard so far, and I have just frozen my stream, so I'm at, hold up, wait for it. Okay, I'm at 1 hour, 1 hour 1, 1 hour 2, 1 hour 3, 1 hour 4, 1 hour 5.
Okay, I'll pause for just a sec.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay, we're in sync.
Excellent.
Okay,
and
so Brittany's getting +1 air weapons.
Oh snap, oh snap. I think that's a fair enough decision to make on this map. I suppose I can elaborate on that, but you know, on this map, like, it's... I'm inclined to say...
Sarah Reaver's pretty popular here too.
Yeah.
Or was, at least in Proleague
days. Like I
days.
said, man, like, you make air units and you don't have to worry about the pathing problems. Although, yeah, it's... I don't know, man. If he goes for a +1 and then also gets speed zealot timing attack against the third base, it could be pretty effective. I think because he gets the +1, he's able to kill off any mutalists that are used to harass the zealots that come for the timing attack. So if that works out for him, that's great. But alternatively, Kola could make enough Zerglings to be able to defend the speed locked attack. So it all sort of depends on what exactly Kola decides to use to defend any early attack. Now this is pretty much the same wall that I do on Matchpoint at the bottom right base, top left base. Against you I plan to do that, ha 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 ha.
Are we playing strategies to me?
Yeah, and I made sure to drop some tips in the Sky League so that you know what to expect, ha ha ha. Are we playing?
I'm just gonna go 4-4-8.
He's got 2 DTs out of that, so this will be interesting. Do you want to play today?
Oh. No, we'll play like the 16th or something, maybe a day or two before.
What?
지금 이두 마리가 앞마당에 오버로드가 없어요. 근데
Wait, hold up one
유재상
second.
선수.
Crimson
앞마당에 오버로드
Starry.
오히려 다이 쪽에 이렇게 오버로드를 가득 갖다
Group stages for that are technically scheduled the 16th. Alright, so Scourge checking everything out, seeing that he's going up to 4 gateways.
Yeah, I
seeing
can't
the
play on
tech.
the
I mean, pretty
16th,
typical
so-
stuff. That's fine. We can play a couple days earlier whenever it's good.
Yeah, but
DT's
then I
running
also
in,
have
and there's
to
no
play-
overlords. Oh god! But he notices loses only 2 drones. Oh, but the overlord gets sniped down. If there's no more,
man.
1 hatches though. It needs to change direction. He's trying to block it from getting in with the drones, but he cannot. And the
Oh,
overlord
he's got
in the
it in.
main is down. So GTs
He's
are
got
going
one
to wreak
DT
some
in there.
serious havoc here in the main.
And
Yeah, I guess one of them died, but still. Oh man, the difference between 1 and 2 though. 1 is still annoying. He might still get the Spire, maybe, but 2, he would have wreaked some serious havoc if 2 had gotten in there. So, a pretty good start here. Oh, he's trying to do some micro to get the Scourge, and he does. I
Oh,
think he takes
nice!
one hit on the
Oh
Corsair.
man, one of them
Corsair
did
stays
hit
alive.
that. That was a nice play there from him. He doesn't have any
He
eggs
is going for
morphing,
the
so he doesn't have any overlords on the way either.
Oh, the DT killed the egg. There was an egg morphing earlier in a lower
Yeah.
position. DT must have killed it off, now returning to the Spire.
And because of
So
the
it's
plus 1
looking
Stair, he's actually
probable
going to
he will
really
get the
hard
Spire,
pressed.
and he will. And of course, this is delayed mining time too, that he can't mine
Yeah, this
from
is-
as many patches as he'd like to be able to.
It's a
Or his
massive,
gas.
massive economic damage done to. Looks like Brittany's going to be trying to take the mineral Oni, which is, yeah, fair enough. I mean, the gas, it's hard to not have the gas, but it's worth it for the defensibility of the closer third, I think. And it looks like he's going to go for an attack on the bottom right base here. That amount of zealots, though, I'm not sure if it's actually going to be enough given the wall and the amount of drones that
It's
should be there.
reinforcing though, and there's definitely more zealots there, and there might have been a Templar in there, which would be really dangerous if it had Storm. That Sunken apparently is gloriously placed, as he cannot seem to get to it at all. Now he's just trying to target fire down the drones. Oh, and now the drones move out of the way, allowing him to get a few zealots attacking the Sunken. If he can storm this pod of drones or these Hydras, it's going to be a lot of kills, and Kola reacts to it, running the drones away, being like, oh shit, that Templar. The Sunken is really low in health, but he's not quite going to get it. That Storm is a whiff.
Oh, it does kill the
The
overlord,
zealots are
though.
still Is there DT? Oh, there's extra Storm saved up. Only did one of those fakes where you've got like 2 storms, and then he storms all the drones as they come back. But I don't know, that was mostly just a lot of lost zealots. I think he only killed 2 drones.
I know, he lost a lot of mining time there. Well, not that much mining time, but he's going to have to rebuild that, and he did lose quite a few Hydras as well, so... I think he had to do the attack anyway, just based on what situation everything was happening. So he had
Oh, here comes
to
the DT, but there's a score. And, oh, DT goes unnoticed. Nice. Able to pull it back before any damage happens. And, of course, we saw Brittany is getting his 3rd base.
Yep, and I think
You know, it's
he'll
kind
be
of
fine
strange
for
that
defending
Brittany is Movie's quote-unquote student, and yet is on a different team than Movie. I just noticed that.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of these guys are friends outside of teams that they're on, so it's not like they're stuck within particular teams in terms of who they hang out with.
Of course, there's coming in for Brittany, committing to some of these Overlords. There's 3 Hydra there, which definitely can kill them, but he's getting quite a few kills on the Overlords. Oh, he wants to sneak in the DT, and there's just 1 Overlord, and it sneaks by!
Oh,
it
he
lives!
takes down the Overlord.
He's
Oh
trying
man,
to
2 kills,
but
3 kills.
going
Is
to-
he going to get the 4th kill?
4 kills, he's gonna get
4
he's
kills,
gonna get the
5
gas
kills,
down.
man. That's pretty good,
Speed
man.
is done now
He does
for
lose it though.
So DT's for Brittany doing some fairly respectable damage. He's definitely slowed the eco of Cola down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm impressed with how well he's
And
playing.
behind it, he's gotten his own third base. So 3 base to 3 base is pretty comfortable. Pretty comfortable
getting-
sitting for Protoss.
Oh, that'd just be good range from that.
He's gonna have to kill some as well, though. No way in hell his boots can get out. He's going up to 8 gateways now. He needs to kill those cannons or something, so his spoons can like come out and join the fray. Well, oh, he didn't have a Spire. Okay, that's part of the reason why those Corsair were being so obnoxious.
Yeah, because the Spire got sniped by the DT earlier on.
Oh, yeah, Only just now rebuilding it, dang. Quite a delay.
Yeah, I think he didn't have the economy to be able to do it though, to be honest, because it really did set him behind having the harasser as well, coming off of a bunch of his drones that early on.
Oh, and Brittany, if you look over there at the left, well you can't, but over there at the left of his 3rd, he is pylon walling that off, so Hydra can't come in the backside and do some sort of flank attack where you attack down the ramp and behind the Nexus as well.
Yeah, I think that's quite a smart thing to do. It just cuts off that pathway and forces everyone to go through the high ground, which is he should be able to hold with that army that he has at the moment. In theory,
And given
at
how
least.
few units I've seen from Cola, I'm actually a little worried from Cola, because Brittany's on a lot of gateways now. He's on 9 gates, and he's got a pretty sizable army. It looks like a control group and half of Zealots. He's doing a little harass here with Storm, and oh god! There's a main unit of drones coming, but he turns it around at the right moment, and it's okay.
Oh
But that
man, he
was
still managed to get quite a few there, and he dodged the lurker as well, which was sitting there ready for any kind of drop.
the
Very nice
shuttle.
play. Oh, the Hydralisks are going to be able to snipe though. Oh, not quite.
But no, I was gonna say the army of Brittany looks pretty scary. I don't see that many units on the map from Cola.
Oh, he's coming in for another storm here,
and-
taking down
of the
Hydralisk. He had 3 storms in there, man. That's ridiculous.
No, Brittany is really damaging Cola right now.
Yeah, I think Cola's economy is just so weak right now. And look, he even has those Hydralisks at the top left, but I don't know if they saw yet, but they're not even going to be able to do any harass from there. Cola just has no ground army. He's only got a defensive army, and that's not going to be enough to win him the game.
This
here.
looks pretty scary. There's a lot of units from Brittany coming out right now. I'm pretty scared for Cola.
Yeah, and I mean, if you saw it as bottom right base, the amount of lava sitting there, I think he had 9 lava there from the 3 hatcheries, so he's not able to produce any units. He just doesn't have any money. Plus getting supply boxes of all the overlords that keep getting killed as well. I mean, he's at a really severe deficit at the moment. The Ling spots the army moving across into the high ground. Looks like he's going to go for the natural here as he pushes down the ramp. And there's not much defending the natural actually from what I remember, so he's actually, this is a good decision then. He's got a lot of Hydras here though. I still think he's going to be able to push through though. There's only a couple of lurkers here. Nice attempt to a storm.
Oh no, but the Templar are suiciding in the tank. Brittany showing some
Templar!
all of his Templar. Actually, we still got 2 with the army, but that was a lot of suicide Templars. Scourge are trying to get rid of the obs. There's 1, 2 lurkers, 3 lurkers left, maybe 4 actually. I can't tell how many are in the back there. I don't know. Is Brittany going to make this attack work again? The obs is inside of Hydra, but he keeps it out of the way. There are only Dragoons left though. He really needs reinforcing Zealots if he wants. What the hell? Someone thinks he's got this game won. Manor Nexus at the Zerg's 3rd. Brittany being cocky. I hope he's got this one. Let's find out.
Yeah, that'd be really embarrassing if he loses.
He's got a few reinforcing Zealots. There's still 2 lurkers left, though. But he does have... Oh, okay, that is a huge... Okay. I think this Nexus is actually warranted. That is a big reinforcement. Although it is coming through a narrow choke. Goons going behind the minerals, and the rest of the goons need to go the proper way. Here come all the Zealots streaming in. They really ought to kill off those lurkers. There we go. He gets rid of one of them.
There are actually quite a lot of Hydras here, but it looks like the lurkers are all going to go down.
But the Dragoons are slowly killing every drone in the natural end. Decent storm there. And GG said from Cola.
Yep, GG all. Well done there from Brittany to be able to take down Cola, who had already won, what, 2 games there?
Yeah, and over 2 strong players. Certainly Shuttle, and I would assume Mini is at least decent, so...
Okay, so guys, just so you know, this is sponsored, this Star League is sponsored by, Proleague I should say, is sponsored by Sonic's Shimba Farm Sabinu shoe. So if you are in Korea, or even if you're not, buy some of his shoes, man. He's got some cool shoes. They got a nice logo as well, at least. Anyway, we'll get into the next game in just a moment. And meanwhile, you can listen to more Paramore. Assuming the Paramore's going to load. Oh, Paramore, where are you?
Okay, tell me, count us down.
Yeah, so we don't have any Paramore. Oh wait, okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
So spawning in the top right-hand corner as the yellow Protoss from STX, it is Brittany, who surprisingly pulls off a win over Cola. And on the left side, as the Mystery Zerg, we have... Wait, what? Oh yeah, not Zerg. We have Mong, who was originally supposed to play first, but he's a slacker and probably wasn't out of bed or something.
Yeah, man, he's normally like late for these kind of things, man. Have you noticed that? He's quite often late. Mongol.
So Mong is a pretty strong player, needless to say. He's been on a tear, I believe, he made it to the semifinals of the last SRT, and he is 58% against Protoss, having won 5 of his last 10 games, though. Although he's been far in the SRT, so that could contribute to that. I don't know if he played Protosses, though. And let's see, has Brittany played enough to have stats? He's kind of new. No, he hasn't played that many games. He's 0-3 against Terran, though, so that doesn't bode well.
Who, Brittany? Yeah, no, he's pretty new to the Sospa arena.
And I would certainly say that Mong is a noticeable notch above Cola in terms of skill, although it is PvT, which generally is a little more favorable for Protosses than PvZ is. Unless your name is Bisu, then
yeah.
PvZ is like the easiest stuff in the world.
So, let's see at Barracks first. What a surprise, man. What a surprise. It'd be amazing this one day to see a game where someone makes a factory before a Barracks and it'd be like, what?
Just go like 10 fact with no barracks.
Yeah,
Fastest FD ever. Be like new best hack.
Nah, it'd have to be run through a mod probably. And we do have the SCV coming out to do a little bit of scouting.
You don't think you could have some you don't think you could have some hack that just like tells the game the barracks is already made that allows you to put down a factory?
No, you can't do that. Not
Really?
not in a multiplayer game you can't, no, you're desync.
Interesting, okay.
Yeah, so
That's
you
kinda cool,
can,
no?
like when you do, like you can read information, but you can't modify information that's not local. So like for example, you can modify your text on your screen because it's local information, but you can't modify say unit health in a multiplayer game because then the other person will have different unit health and it'll just desync.
Citadel of Adun. So perhaps DT?
DT?
Most likely. I mean,
I
it's
like
been a
the
long
DT.
time since I've seen a 3-gate speed seal cheese in a professional PvT. So I'm going to think it's going to be DT.
Possibly.
I would laugh if I saw 3-gate speed seal though, but I think modern SimCities would deal with it pretty easily if he was ready for it, anticipated it.
Yeah, what time does 3-gate speed seal hit? Like, does he? How many factories would you have normally? Just one factory?
Oh, is he gonna proxy gates? Is he really
Proxy.
gonna? Well, it could be proxy DT too. 2 gates. All right, if this actually ends up being 3-gate speed seal, I'm gonna laugh so hard. Let's see. He's not putting down an archives yet, so there's a possibility this is actually gonna be 3-gate speed seal. And as far as the timing, I don't know when it hits.
So he's going to throw down
Because
the
I
machine
don't-
shots. That's 4.
Oh my god! No way! No fucking way! Oh my god! This little marine! Oh my god! Oh, Imba!
What?
On for the new Flash. He's just like, yeah, this cheesy guy, he can't beat me. He's probably gonna do some bullshit building gateways on the map. I'll just send Marines and look for him. And he actually was getting a temple archive, so he's gonna know that now there's gonna be. Whoa, he's gonna remake the 3 gates in his main. That is gonna cost him a lot of money though.
No, he didn't cancel one of his gateways, man. That's interesting.
No, I know, but he's remaking 2 more in the main, so.
Yeah, I know, but he could have cancelled the gateways so that he could have saved the 150 minerals. But he didn't.
Oh yeah.
He done goofed. Is that SCV gonna build a bunker? No, that wouldn't work because if he knows it's gonna be DT.
I also want to mention these DTs are like absurdly fast. He like skipped everything before getting he skipped everything on the way to DT. Like he didn't even build a goon until his Templar Archives was made. I still don't even know if he has a goon. It might just be 2 zealots on the ramp.
Yeah, I think.
Here comes
I'm
Vulture.
not even sure, mate.
Vulture?
The Vulture's
Thing
gonna
off-
be taking
oh.
down the probe.
I think no, he's only got 1 zealot. Yeah, he skipped goons entirely. So these DTs are really fast. But there's already mines. I think Mong's
2
gonna be
Vultures,
really,
man. I think Mong is in a very good position right now.
Like, had those proxy gates worked, those DTs would have been a lot faster, and it would have been an issue, and Mong would have made 2 vultures before tank.
Yeah, like he's even getting
So it would have been
engineering back.
really dangerous, but now it's going to be like nothing. Oh, DT says hello to the vultures. He's going to need to put a DT on his ramp, so the vultures don't come in and kill all the probes. And, oh, he tries to clear out some mines with zealots, but they're slow, so the vultures just pick them off. And now here we go, mine number 1 getting eaten to the face, mine number 2 and 3 to the face. Actually, mine 3 doesn't even go off,
Oh, yeah.
but there are 3 more DTs. He's just going to stream DTs till all the mines are gone.
Yeah, unfortunately there is an engineering bay which is pretty much complete in Mong's main though, so that's not gonna work, man.
I feel like this is going to be a very embarrassing ending for Brittany. We'll see if he gets a DT in, though. There's still mines out. Here comes 1 and 2 to the face. Oh, actually, you got 3. 1
Oh,
DT might get it, but the turret's
Oh man, he's gonna
turret's
get it if he can snipe it. He's gonna snipe one
back.
SCV.
Block the
Is he able to
rim,
get
block the
through?
rim. Oh, it's not even
he blocks
attacking.
it.
Long time.
Oh, he's
SCV are
gonna
holding
lose.
back, and 2 more DTs are coming across the map. This is just pure DTs. He's going for the turret. The repair will not be sufficient. The turret is down.
Oh,
He's
and he
gonna
takes
have
it
to
down. Well
rely on
done.
mines.
But
And
the
there are
vultures
2
are in
more
here.
DTs moving into the base of Mong. But there is a turret up in the main. Mines are being laid. A little bit of damage being done at the natural here. Although there's no SCVs to kill. Oh, but he looks like he's lost a few. No, never mind. He sent a few vultures into the main. So he's trying to mine up the natural to prevent more DTs from going into the main right now. And the factories are under fire. Oh, he's targeting down the mines nicely. Turrets are going to have to slowly be set up. And he really has to keep these vultures alive. He's going to have to lift off his natural CC too. And more DTs coming across. This is just
Actually, this
nothing
could
but...
turn out quite badly for him if he's not careful here. He has to, if he can send the DTs in to snipe that missile turret as it's being built, he's not going to be able to keep his factories alive.
Yeah, but it looks like the turret's going to finish, so it does. So he's going to be able to hold in his factories. He's got to lift his CC soon, though. It's on the red health. He's got to lift it. Mong, for the love of God, please lift your CC. You're a pro gamer. You don't do stuff like lose CCs to DTs.
Oh man, the mine drag onto. Oh man, he pulled it back onto the
I
vultures.
think he actually just lost the CC to DTs, and here come 4 DTs. They're going to go for... Oh man, I thought they were going to go for the turret right away. But no, they're just going to kill the vulture, and now he's being a little indecisive with the DTs.
He needs to actually take down the missile turret, man. If he can take it down, he's going to kill the factories.
I thought he was going to go for that for sure. 4 DTs can way kill it. He actually lost the natural CC to the DTs. He did not lift his nat CC.
Oh man, that Zealot could be really effective. Oh man, he does manage to take down the vulture and his SCV
Oh,
there.
he has to lift the factory
Oh,
off.
and he snipes down one of the mines. Snipes down another mine. Oh.
Alright, can't get the last factory though. Alright, so he's killed off the
Take down
DTs.
another vulture.
There's more DTs
2
still coming
vultures.
in.
2 vultures left. Zealot and a DT coming in. Oh man, he kills another vulture with the Zealot being mind dragged. And he might even
I'm sorry, this is... This game. Can this... Okay, at least now he's changing to goons.
Dude, he
this
might
is gonna
actually
be
win
really...
this, man. I think he's gonna win this.
It does.
Really close
This
to
is
it.
like... This looks like the kind of stuff, this is like pro gamers doing the kind of game that happens at D ranks, where you just like make 3 gates and just spam DTs until the Terran dies. And the fact that he lost his natural
Seriously, man, I think
CC,
he's gonna win this, man. He's got 2 dragoons there now.
these dragoons are going to be very scary. Mong's pulling a bunch of SCVs off the line. I mean, he still doesn't have obs, but there's still a DT
Oh,
alive.
vulture!
He's gonna lose CV's defending this. Oh, he's got
DT,
scan. Okay,
man,
so he
he's
can
still got
rid
the
of
DT. Oh, he does
which does
scan.
get rid of. And now he's got to lay the mines and try to get the vultures out of his base. And of course, now he needs to make a tank or something.
Yeah, he does manage to snipe
He
the
needs
mine
to
before it
not-
goes
must have
down.
been building
Marines
lower
coming in
barracks.
here to defend though.
But
Where did
they're
they...
on the low ground. The Marines will take care of goons pretty easily, especially if he holds them in place to attack
Oh
them.
man,
They
if
do
he can
fine.
drag
It's
that
the
mine
fact
though.
that goons can micro against him. One is very low on health, and drags a mine in.
Oh man.
Got 2 left. He really needs more vultures to pop. Got to be careful of these mines though. One mine being
one
laid.
vulture.
One mine can just be targeted down. Just target fire it down. It's so low on health, glitching out. Finally, they're gonna eat the mines now. Bingo. Well, one is actually still
It doesn't
alive.
matter
but-
though, because that was the low health one anyway, so it's not much of a big deal.
Let's keep in mind, throughout this, Brittany is not expanding, so one base to one base, it's not the end of the world for Mong, but there's still a serious goon threat. I think he's just trying to defend this with pure vulture. He's got 3 facts, but he really needs to get more mines to be able to get rid of all of these dragoons.
He has to be careful. He doesn't have any tanks to defend this, so I mean those vultures have to be enough to be able to defend. Oh man, he's going to snap down the mine. Good micro here from Brittany. He has to focus down some of the vultures though. Nice mine snipe again. He's keeping all the
Oh man,
mines down.
trying to prepare his vultures and get some down more mines, but if there gets to be 5 or 6 goons in here, this is going to get pretty ridiculous.
The mine kills
But he
the
traps it in the corner!
SCV goes down.
Traps it in the corner! And it goes down, but all of a sudden there's more.
nice
Oh, he's trying to
macro
put
there
mines
from
at the
the
bottom,
vultures.
so they can't just run
Oh, he has to
in.
be
But I
careful.
think
Kill
he
the
can
mines
skip
off.
down the mines.
Can you kill the last mine? No, not
There's
quite.
one
And it
there.
looks like the vulture's
He
going to do a
knows
little bit of a run by.
Move him forward and kill it.
Man, this is actually a lot closer, man, than I would have thought.
This game is ridiculous.
Oh, the mine. Both of them going
Oh.
down now, so the Dragoon can get into the main. Let's be careful of these vultures out there. The vultures don't kill all of his probes, though.
Alright, now it looks like he's starting to get a healthy number of mines down. Yeah, he's got, but it's only 1 vulture. And it's going to be really hard for Mong to micro it when also after defending
Especially
like
when he
Matt.
is not microing it.
Microing it,
He's
nice.
microing now. No, he wasn't before. They got it down to like 12 health.
Oh, alright, so it gets rid of that. Kills about 3 or 4 probes. But again, there's no expansion. So, I mean, at some point, if Mong holds here, I still think he's going to be alright.
Oh, that Dragoon eating that mine, man. Oh, the pain.
God, if he would have saved the command center, he'd be so far ahead. But he didn't. Oh, he's trying to sneak out a ton of vultures, but I think Brittany knows about it, or is worried about it either way, because he's moving all his dragoons back in position, so the vulture harassment won't do anything. And I think now we're finally going to stabilize. into something that looks like a normal game of StarCraft.
Maybe. Oh man, he's gonna be able to take down one of the vultures. Good micro with the dragoons here, so he doesn't lose them all to mines. Brittany's had pretty good micro here, actually.
Yeah, he did.
And I'm impressed how he managed to hold on, even though it looked like he was behind really far. I mean, even now, I still say he's slightly behind, because he doesn't have that many probes, and he doesn't have a natural, but he's not in an unwinnable situation, you know what I mean?
No, but I still can't believe that Mong won. And a vulture gets in. That's gonna do some more damage. Make that 2 kills. Can he get a third? Yes, 3 kills. Gonna go 4? No. Looks like it's gonna end. Reign of Terror ends with 3 kills. And now Mong has 2 tanks, make that 3 tanks out, and he's 3-facting. And Brittany has 3 gates, but he doesn't have obs. So that's gonna make this 3-facting. Yeah, I think he's worried if he does, though, he's gonna have to stop goon production, and then he might just die too. Actually, I don't know. Mong only has 1 base, though. I don't know if he can produce off 3 facts. Maybe now he's made enough SCVs that he could, but he also lost some in the defense. I don't know. Robo is coming down for Brittany. That's good because he's going to need that. Mong pulling some SCVs, and here comes some tanks across the map. It's only 3 tanks though. Oh, he's just going to maybe just set up a contain outside. That'll work okay. Yeah, because without mines, yeah, this could be really nice. Without he doesn't have obs, so he can't do anything about the mines. So he just is going to have to let this get set up, and Mong is going to have a faster natural and should be able to reinforce this pretty solidly. Brittany might be able to get a shuttle and do some bombing. Oh, he's actually just going to suicide and go for it. He does not want this to go up. But has to back off as he just doesn't know how many mines are there. And whoa, Templar and GG realizes this is too much of a problem. And Mong takes it up 4-2 in favor of CJ.
CJ and us. But now I'm going for STX, man. STX gonna win. I'm telling you. STX got my boy Hero. My boy Hero's gonna come play some chess. Okay, back into the Paramore and we'll find the next game.
Wait, who could be louder, Fireboy? This is not Sonic. Are you talking about me, the one talking now?
The American one?
Or the guy with the Kiwi accent? Because I can do some things to be louder if necessary.
Yeah, I can modify the sound if I need to.
The guy with the accent. Oh, I'm over talking you, pretty.
Oh, really?
Down.
I know what I can do to change that. 1 second. I'll turn this down, and I'll do my microphone boost.
Okay, I'm ready when you are.
2.5. Test. Now I should be awesomely loud.
And I will also talk over him so you can compare how we are in terms of volume. I will talk in my normal voice.
Anyway, I'll count you down. 3, 2, 1, go.
So we're going to have from CJ Mong. Oh, I guess I'll wait for the players to be shown.
It's Joel Zhang, which is.
So in the bottom right-hand corner, as our
wait, this
white
is an
guy,
interesting decision actually.
It is Hero.
It is Hero, but I mean the question is.
And in the top right-hand corner, we're gonna have a CJ turn, known as Mong.
I don't know, this is interesting because everyone always says that Hero's got pretty bad ZVT. But then again, he's been playing against people like Sark and C, whereas Mong is like, I'm kind of say Mong's TVZ is like a little bit lower caliber than, say, C.
He is still 64% though against Z in Soswa, and Hero versus T is at only 43%. He has won 5 of his last 10 games though. Unfortunately, we can't see the players that have been played. So I can't tell you exactly who he's been playing. They says we can't see the stream.
Yeah, I've fixed it. I always forget to change that back while I'm doing all the shenanigans.
Yeah, I've been doing that too on STL casting.
Yeah, you sit there and you like cast an entire game and nobody can see anything and you don't ever check the chat and then it's like, oh man. I think I might have done that once. It was pretty embarrassing. My stream stuttered for a second at 130.
Bubble hero.
I'm at 3002, 3003, 3004, 3005,
Hang-
3006,
SK텔레콤,
8,
Okay, yeah.
9,
화승,
10.
삼성, 그리고 소닉
Okay, so
Interesting.
the map is it
아마추어
electric
셀라.
circuit?
Electric Circuit, I think it is. So this map was ridiculously TVZ favored in Proleague, with a 70-something win percent, if I remember correctly, for Terran's over Zerg,
Oh man.
which is pretty ridiculous. And I think the reason for that was it's kind of easy to mine up the map and have mech defense. And when you have another main, you've got 6 bases already. So
Hero,
it's
I
just
believe.
pretty solid.
I believe Hero.
정말 STX의
So he's going against a guy that's 67% TVZ, which is ridiculously high, and on a map that was 70% TVZ. So you'd certainly have to say, if we're just looking at pure statistics, Hero is the major underdog here.
But having said that, he's got that star power, man, and he's so good looking. I just can't see how a good-looking guy like him could lose to Mong. I mean, have you seen
Wow,
Mong?
are you calling Mong ugly?
Yeah,
Are you
man.
calling Mong ugly? Are you
Even
saying he's
Mong,
fat?
Mong calls himself ugly, man. It's fine if like he's happy to call himself ugly. It's interesting is that the Korean streamers are like sort of self-conscious about how they look and everything. Whereas I'm just like, I'm not wearing any pants. But then, like you see, most of the foreign streamers just don't even care what they're wearing, but then all the Korean streamers are like, oh man, gotta make sure I'm looking good. Unless they're like Terror or Brittany. I like how Busan wears his like Taekwondo uniform. Whenever
Yeah,
he
oh, I've
streams.
seen that, yeah.
I like it, man. It's a nice,
Okay,
nice touch.
so Mong goes CC off 1 Marine, which is fine. Got some links coming up. Wait, is it? I guess that'll be safe. I mean, Mong should know what he's doing. He should just die to links. But that was not a 12 edge, so...
It's not too hatchery. What do you mean it wasn't a 12 hatch? It was, wasn't it?
No.
You got his hatch
I
before
don't
his
think-
pull.
I don't think so.
I thought he
He's
did,
already got
man.
links done, and the hatch isn't even close to done.
What do you mean? The hatch is done. It's going to lair.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, yeah, duh. Okay, I just had a
Pretty
retard
sure.
moment.
Yeah, because the creeps there.
There's creeps
Yeah,
right.
two
Yeah, I had a retard moment.
hatchery spire or two hatchery locker?
Ouch.
Oh no, he's
That
got
was
his
a
third,
retard
so the mineral only. Sorry, I'm blind. He took the mineral only. Fair enough.
Andromeda style. Second barracks coming out for Mong, who's getting an academy, so we're not going to see the 5 racks plus 1, we're going to probably see like 2 or 3 racks type tech stuff here.
Oh man, you know Andromeda's in the map pool for like Crimson Star League, right?
Yeah, that's disgusting, I know.
Not looking forward to it, man. I don't even know the map.
I
I actually
have
quite
a
like
special
that
hate
though.
for
Like I've been
Andromeda.
playing on it quite a lot, and it's actually not a bad map, in my opinion. Like it's not easy for any of the races. Like I feel like none of the races have that significant an advantage on it in any of the matchups per se. Oh man,
Which one,
the Ling's
Andromeda?
catching the SCV, taking down that scouting. So now he's gonna have to use up a scan to double check exactly what is coming out here from Hero. Hero, I believe. Hero's got nice meatless macros, so hopefully we get to see some of
Harry,
that.
it's X players. I mean, right now the pro teams are technically SC2 teams, so it's former players of those teams.
Yeah, it's like
Plus
I believe-
some assortments of others that have been.
yeah, I believe that if they get sponsors, then they'll just change the names. That's Sonic's sort of hope is that if they keep doing Pro League, then they'll get some sponsors and have different team names like they had before. So potentially we could have like, say, Team Liquid user team, where we Team Liquid like the members of Team Liquid sponsor a team.
Let's put all our money and just make it. No, actually, if we made an Imba team, that would just make the league not as exciting.
No,
Put,
man,
like,
but like
Bisu,
just
Killer, C
just
altogether.
sponsor an existing team that they've got. For example,
No, I know what you mean.
STX. And to be honest, that's the sort of thing which would be fun to do with have Star Server team.
You should do it, man. You should actually get Star Server out.
Yeah, man.
make it
After
happen.
I've finished my exam, so I'm going to be streaming development of Star Server this week probably.
Oh, that'll be nice for people to see. That'll be nice for people to see.
Yeah.
So we got some mutas out.
To be honest, like the actual development streaming is not going to be that interesting. It's just going to be coding. So,
but the people that want to see, or the people that program, maybe. I don't know how. Do you guys get interested in other people programming stuff?
I guess so. I mean, I'm not that good a programmer, so it's not going to be that interesting for anyone experienced. But I mean, I think it's sort of important to show people that we are actually doing stuff. Okay, so
Mulus made only one turtle for Barracks. That could go down in a hurry if he wanted to, but it looks like he's going to fly by into the mineral line here, ignoring a few shots from the turret, picking off a couple SCVs as he sees fit. A few stray Marines here that he can pick up. Oh, actually, a lot of stray Marines. They're the medic not clumped up, but it looks like right now Heroes is taking care of SCVs among. That was, what, 7 or 8 kills?
Yeah, man, he's got 9 kills,
and I don't
think
he lost a muta.
Nah, man, that's, Heroes got pretty excellent mutalist right here, to be honest. Because you use the he's done a little tutorial on it actually. Is you use the move key instead of like the M key instead of actually right clicking to make sure that the mutalists all fire at the same time, stuff like that.
That's really good, especially for tight spots too, where there's no real room to click. You can use the M key and click on something to move.
Yeah.
Oh man, here's making pretty nicely. First muta does go down there, but he's 4 Sunkens at the front, so. Not worried about a counterattack or anything like that. No Hydra Den yet, though, so he really does want to do some damage with these muta.
It'd be nice if he does that, like, 3-hatch Mutalisk all in. Oh, he's actually taking his 4th base now, so he isn't... I'd be surprised if he's going all in with us, but he is going to do quite a lot of damage here. Nice job on keeping the Marine count down. It's quite important now that he keeps the Marine count down with his Mutalisk. There's the Den Nigels actually when this finished.
It's going to be a long time for Lurker, though.
Ah, that's right. He's got enough Mutalisk, I think, and he's been doing enough harass that he should be okay.
Is that a flock bigger? No, I guess that's only one control group. It looked like a huge flock for some reason, though.
Man, it's hard to fight against Marines when they're on open ground. You have to use these cliffs there like that.
Yeah, it is.
That's the one. That's the one, hero. Good stuff, man. Keep it going.
Yeah, if that's all he has, he should have more than that. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so his starport just going down.
It's because he went 3 racks tech, so I mean he's not going to have as many Marines.
Marine count's going to be a little lower. When you're used to seeing +1 5 racks all day, the Marine count from 3 racks tech definitely a bit lower.
Yeah. I do like Mong is actually doing quite well here in forcing the Mutalist. He's got +1 on his Mutalist, so that's quite good, but he's keeping his Marines active so that the Mutalists are forced to stay and defend.
Yeah, and that's one thing you'll notice. You can almost always tell right away the skill of the Terran player, just by how active they are in the map.
Yeah.
If you look, at a C Terran versus a B Terran versus an A Terran versus a Pro Terran, there are massive differences in the activity on the map and how constantly they're moving around with the army.
Yeah. Like, even you see someone like Zero Play, who's like B- sort of level just about now. Even someone like him will have not anywhere near as much map activity as a top Terran will have. Oh man, these Marines might be able to take down this hatchery here.
Oh yeah, that's pretty scary. It's in a pretty nice cluster too. He's committing to it with the Muta. I hope he's got enough links. The Muta can definitely get targeted down since he's not microing them. He will save it. But I don't know how many Muta went down in that attack.
Yeah, I'd say 3 or 4 at the very least did go down. He has been reproducing quite a few Mutalists
though. Or no, he's making Lickers. Making Lickers, so to speak. He's got his nest, so he probably has the Hive coming. And what does Mong have? Oh, Mong does not have much at all, man. Hero feels pretty ahead.
He's ahead in economy, but like I don't think he's like significantly ahead such that he would like straight away win the game off this.
Oh, I don't think he'll kill him, but I think he's gonna be okay. I mean, his Hive is. Well, I'd like to see it, but I'm pretty sure it's already on the way. And though we can see the vessel isn't even out for Mong yet.
Yeah, so his 3 racks
and
tech
that's really the cornerstone of what Mong does is with this 3 racks tech. You're trying to do some damage with a pre-hive or pre-consume, I guess you could say, timing.
Yeah.
First
looks
vessel's
like
on.
he is. Yeah, his first vessel's on the way. Unless he goes dropship first, which I'm pretty sure he hasn't, because that would be really poorly timed. There's the hive coming along. It looks like one of the Lickers was sniped down there by Mong. Nice little bit of micro there. He has to be a bit careful with his Marines though, because if he loses that group as well, then he's actually going to be in a very poor position. And of course, this is the map with the potential for killing off the, what is it called? The emitter, the big building anyway. That's
Yeah,
the
and
lurkers
running in
can
the
kill
back
them
door,
off,
that's pretty popular.
and then you can run in the back and kill all sorts of things, all kinds of things. And Hero has got actually quite a formidable looking lurker.
Alright, now Mong's moving out, coming right down that bridge path. Hero doesn't see it yet.
Although he does have a unit at the end.
That's quite an intimidating looking army, which is typical of barracks units. You can kind of kill a whole army, and then a couple seconds later, it's like, whoa, that's pretty
Oh
scary
man,
looking.
is Hero gonna come for the backstab? I think he is, man. Oh no, he's gonna come around from behind.
He's gonna go for it. We're going for the backstab. Here we go.
There
Lurkers
we
running
go.
in. Muta running in. Over the Marines. Lurkers burrowing on top of the bunker. If he gets rid of the bunkers fast, this will be very dangerous. And the other one actually isn't completed. So Lurkers
The
are
army is coming back from Mong.
These could certainly die. Mong's army has to come back. All kinds of units over the barracks. Some Lurkers are going to try to run into the mineral lines, it looks like. The returning army of Mong ought to clean this up pretty easily. The question is, will a bunch of SCVs be lost? He's actually trying to kill barracks. And one Lurker burrows behind the mineral line. I'm not sure how many kills are on there, but that could be... I see a lot of SCVs transferring away. Definitely bought Hero lots of time, though, for his hive to finish and get more units out as well. He's got quite a lot of units out now. This is not looking so nice for Mong. The hive is done. We can see the Defier Mound is done. So he'll have consumed before Mong gets done. And Mong has been delayed. He's lost units doing this. He may have lost some SCVs. And all around, that was a pretty nice move for Hero, who is going to
Looks like he's even going to attack again, man.
The tanks are out in front, though, which really sucks for Mong, but he is able to pull them back, and I think Hero now is going... No, Hero's just like, I'm coming for you. The tank's hard sieged up, there's no... Okay, and second is like, that's kind of tight.
Yeah.
If he had Swarm, he certainly could have kept coming and probably ended the game, but that is not quite there yet. Defiler should be out soon.
And yeah, there's the Defiler, and he has got 2 Evo chambers up, so he's got pretty good upgrades, as I had mentioned. Sabeno, yeah, Sabeno shoe, guys. Say that Sonic is talking about his new shoes. Buy some Sabeno shoes. Support Boudoir. Sabeno shoes.
Brady being the perfect advertising model. SCV
We
dies.
gotta make sure that Sonic's happy with us doing this.
Alright, so Mong rolls out again, but it kind of sucks for him because now
Oh man,
there's
the
going to
father's
be
out,
consumed.
and it has consumed, I think. Maybe? Does it? Is it? The
Let's
Lurker's coming
charge
in.
in. Oh, the swarm! Got swarm. Now Among Us run away. One tank goes down in a hurry, and all the other lings are just like, psych, we're going to scamper through into the main because there's a dark swarm blocking your path. And another swarm in the natural. Swarm in the natural, not good for Terran because you can't get rid of anything that's there. More lurkers burrowing under it. The situation for Mong is looking pretty bleak.
Let's go,
Lings are obviously killing, and Mong cannot come back to defend because the swarm is right there, so he just has to run his lings and defend with reinforcements. More defilers and lings being streamed up. Firebats are coming out. That's exactly what he needs to try to get rid of these lings, and maybe even the lurkers, of course. Firebat's still a small unit and can easily be taken down by the splash of lurkers. Mong waiting for enough energy on a radiate. Now he can move in on these, but there is another defiler coming up with swarm. Will it be able to get the swarm down? I don't know.
I don't
The
know.
swarm is sort of
There it does get the swarm down, and it's inside the swarm.
yeah.
Gets
Oh
another-
man, this is doing a lot of damage. And GG. Just birdie fanboyism and takes down Mong 4-3. Your score in favor of CJ.
Owned! Owned! That's what's up, man. Now, who was saying that Hero has bad CVT? Let's have another chat, please. Okay, let's flip around the overlay. Oh man, this has gone to like 300-400.
Whoa! Oil and CVT. I was like, what the hell? 260 EAPM, but CVT gets ridiculously high.
Oh man, next game is Movie versus Hero. Oh man, Movie versus Hero. Just a second, I'll give you the timestamp.
That would be nice.
More parallel.
Okay, give me the countdown, please.
Okay, 1 second. Gotta sit up, put my hands on. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
So, spawning in the top right-hand corner as the yellow Zerg, we have Hero. Player in SOSPA right now, and his current record against Protoss is a whopping 72.7%. He has won 7 of his last 10 games, and facing off against him, shown at some point in the bottom left-hand corner, better be a red Protoss. It's going to be Movie, and he is also one of the stronger players in the scene, and he has 56% against PvZ, which is really pretty good. But Hero just known for being a monster in this matchup. But Movie is only 5 in 10 in his last, or 5 of 10 in his last 10 games.
Although again, as I said before, because Killer and Hero are the Zergs that you have to play against if you want to do PvZ. Yeah, there's I think it's sort of fair enough that if you have I wouldn't say bad PvZ record, but not as great. Just because their ZVP is so good that it's just hard to compete with that. Like, I think versus ordinary Zergs, Movie is probably better than them in general. But when it comes to Hero and Killer, it's just impossible, man. Impossible.
Oh, Gateway.
Oh.
That doesn't necessarily mean 2 gate. It could be gate expand, but I've never really seen a gate expand on Jade. So I kind of hope that's what I'm going to see. Just because I haven't seen that done on Jade.
Yeah, I don't think... Is this 9 pool... This is 9 pool, isn't it? Yeah, it is. He's got 9 pool. Interesting. No speed though, so... This is actually interesting because it's Gateway versus 9 pool.
It's looking very much like single Gateway.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go gate expand, man.
Cute.
Interesting.
So he's gonna have to hold his first couple zealots back.
Yeah, I don't know. This could actually turn out a little bit badly for him. I don't know. The gateway placement's good though. So just because the fact that he's gonna have these Zerglings, which can peck away at the gateway and pylon, and it's hard for the zealots to do anything until... What is Sonic doing, man? Is he answering like customer service phone calls while he streams?
Yeah, pretty funny.
Like, yeah, you can buy this show for 20,001.
You can buy this show. Oh my god, no, he's moving with the Zerglings. It's like switching between them both. Because we're like, I don't understand what's going on here.
Yeah.
Alright, so as this a bit while... Oh, this zealot is out on its own, on its lonesome. Not good for it.
Zealot, man. It's a dead zealot.
Hell is it? You can see it on the map. Oh, no, okay, now I can see where it is. Oh, some Lings must have spotted it as 4 suddenly turn around. One goes to the front, sees that there's a cannon going up, but there's a zealot to block that little choke, so the cannon will get up safely. Movie's going to be safe, and now it's going to be a matter of micro. Obviously, this gate expand opening is just kind of a different way of playing PvZ. You get a little bit slower tech, but you really slow down Zerg's eco because they have to make a lot of Zerglings to defend it, and you can be really efficient with these guys. You can, like,
Having said that, I don't think he actually needs to make more Zerglings to defend, man, because he's been able to get a lot of free shots on the zealot.
And especially since he was already going 9 pool and making 6 Lings, like, it's not as big of a deal if he's going 12 hatch and just trying to drone away.
SDX, yeah. That's what Sonic was saying. I'm telling you, man. Hero!
There we go, he's found it. To be efficient.
Hero. Keeping that Ling alive. Very nice micro here from Hero. And the Nexus is on its way, of course, from Movie. Movie's actually doing reasonably well trying to keep his Zealot alive, but it has gone down at last. His Probe is still alive, though it's taken a small amount of hit point damage. And with this Zealot out, he's going to have to make a couple more Lings to deal with it. Though he has to actually be careful here. I don't think Hero is going to make Zealot a whole lot of Lings to run by, but he potentially could. Although, as I said, it doesn't look like it's actually going to happen, so...
Alright, so we got a second Zealot and a Probe out.
Lair is on its way, of course.
The Probe just adds to the harassing power of a Zealot because it allows you to kill Lings or drones in only 2 Zealot hits with a Probe shot as opposed to 3.
Yeah. I'm actually mildly surprised that Hero's not going for his classic Hydra Bust. Although I suppose the map isn't that great for Hydra Busting, but it's not that bad either, so yeah, it's interesting. Looks like he's going to try and defend here with those 4 Lings, but this is interesting.
One Zealot and a Probe with micro is more than a match for 4 Lings.
Yep. So he's either going to just have to oh man, he's going to be able to glitch out the Probe, so he is going to be able to take down the Zealot, it looks like. Definitely. Oh man, the Probe goes down, and that Zealot's gonna have to run away. Yeah.
More Lings coming out now. Will they finally trap and kill it? Yes, they will.
Yeah. There we go. And speed's done. Oh man.
Start getting Citadel on the way for movie.
Yep, so it looks like he might be doing... I wonder if he'll do his build that he showed in that tutorial, which was like 2 Archon and then like 8 Zealots.
It's just 48 2 Archon.
He could do, man, he could do.
It's like old school build.
It's pretty classy, man. It's pretty classy. 네.
그만큼 잘해주고 있는 조일장 선수 마지막인 만큼 부담감도 클 텐데 오히려 그 부담감을 뭔가 즐기는 듯한 느낌이에요.
Another hatchery.
Yep, so it looks like he's going to be going for the 5 hatchery. Possibly the 6 hatchery off 3 base, which is not that uncommon at all for Hero. Be interesting to see what he's got in his third, but he often does place another hatchery there. Spire's just about complete. Yeah, so because he didn't take a natural for his third base, he will often put, yeah, there we go, oh no, that's an Evo. He will often put another 6 hatchery in one of his bases, either his natural or his third. Usually his third.
Few Overlords here dying to Corsairs. The Spire's out though, so that'll probably be all the kills Movie can get until he's got more of a critical mass.
That Templar Archives is scouted, of course, by the Overlord, so that's going to be... because that's quite early for Templar Archives, is it not?
Yeah, it's probably 30T opening. Second gateway popping up in the natural.
Now, of course, he's... is that another cannon? I think he's playing extra safe against Hero just because he knows how Hero does love his Hydra Busting. Hero, of course, coming in with his Scourge, having a little look around so he can maybe snipe a Corsair when it pops out. Hopefully the timing works out such that the cannon isn't there.
It's so
Oh, is he going to get it?
It's so hard to make work. Like the Corsair, you can never seem to get the Scourge in the right position.
Yeah,
and now
no,
the cannon's
really
done, so...
because the thing
Scourge
is
are gonna have
that
to
air
die.
units will displace air units when they get built, so it will never build directly on top of the Scourge, it will always be off place.
Alright, here
DT
comes
coming
the DT
in
from
here.
Movie, but can't do anything, there's Hydra out, and Overlord's in position.
Yep.
Of course, the nice thing here for Hero is this is not such an aggressive opening for Movie, so as you can see, Hero is able to get away with not having to build any at all, so that's only going to make his eco that much stronger.
Yeah, and you do not want to have Hero with a strong economy. See, there's the 6th hatchery, as I said, so he feels comfortable with his economy to be able to afford that. And presumably he's going to switch to a lot of Hydralisk right now. Sonic taking yet another phone call. And there's Corsair trying to do a little bit of damage here, but the Hydralisks do pop, and it looks like he's got... what is he? He's actually taking a lot of damage here.
For the DT, but there is speed.
And there's
on
another
these
Hydralisk out. He needs to be really careful
He must
here.
really want to run the DT in
Oh
there.
man, he lost another Corsair.
1 drone, 2 drones, 3 drones.
But he's pulling them back now. I think he got 4 drones lost there, though we can't see the DT at the moment. Nice control there from Movie and sniping all the Overlords, but yep, that's 3 kills on that DT. Looks like he's kind of coming in here for a little bit of a bust, but there are 3 High Templar there, and I'd say Storm has finished, so it's not going to be very effective. Now, what's interesting is getting the fast DT has slowed down his speed quite a lot, so the Zealots are not going to be very good for defending, and you can potentially snipe that. Oh, you have to be careful of that Storm there, because that High Templar did move forward, ready to Storm, so... I think he is going to have to move back.
A relatively narrow choke like that, if you come in for the bust, then your Hydra are very clumped, and there's no room, above or below to spread from a Storm, so you just end up eating a lot of Storm going for that.
Yeah, and I'm inclined to say that's probably why he didn't go for the 3-hatch Hydra bust into bases that he normally does. Anyway, he has got, what's his upgrades at the moment? I think he should have Corsair,
100 for Movie, I don't know what Hero has.
finishing for Movie, for Hero, I think.
Movie gets Carapace upgrade, what?
Yeah, boy, that's what's up. Get that mind control, grab a drone, just set up your own econ. Maybe recall some tanks.
Can you? No, I don't think you can recall Burrowed Lurkers. That's a shame, though.
Can't you?
I don't think so. I don't think Burrow can be recalled.
Never tried it, actually. Because I don't play Protoss. Scum race. Terrible scum race, Protoss. Oh good, I did remember to flip the overlays over. It'd be a bit sad if everyone had missed out on all of this. Okay, so it looks like a little bit of an attack is coming forward here, but Hero is defending. Oh yes, be careful with this high Templar though.
Only one Templar.
Nice storm! Good storm!
That's where you're gonna be like, oh my god, epic storms! It's like, oh my god.
That was a sick storm, man.
Alright, that is suddenly a lot of Hydra that have now gathered for Hero, and if Movie doesn't have other... Okay, he's got 2 Templar back at home, but that's a lot of Hydra.
Good go.
It's like 4 or 5 control groups of Hydra. We've got going up to 6 gateways, he's got 7 and 8. He's going up to 8 gateways.
I'm pretty sure he's going to grab a shuttle and do a bit of harass, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
This is a sickening number of Hydras. This is like 6 control groups almost. A bunch of Scourge are popping too.
Yeah, see, this is why you don't want to play ZVP versus PvZ versus Hero. Man, there's a lot of units. He's going to lose his third. I don't see how he can hold that third against that many Hydralisks if he does actually attack. Oh man, all the probes getting transferred as well.
Well, a lot depends on the storms, but Hero usually has pretty good control. We're going to have a little engagement here. These Zealots from Movie are going to have to run the hell away.
Scourge trying to chase down the Corsair. High Templar drop. Oh, and he doesn't manage to do very... He storms his own Zealot at least. Oh man, nice storm in his main, taking down a lot of the 8 of the drones going down there, and it looks like the Hydralisk. Oh man, he takes even more down. He's up to 12 kills on those drones. But the Scourge do take down all of the Corsair.
And now Hero is streaming across the map. Tons of Hydra coming in.
Is he going to go for the army out of position, actually? These Zealots are way out of position.
Zealots, they're running headlong into Hydra. They need to retreat. They cannot possibly hope to fight this many Hydra. Movie realizes they do retreat, but they're taking a lot of damage.
Those drones are actually... Zealots are doing quite a lot of damage still in the main, but it looks like these Hydralisks are...
And now Hero charges at the third. There is not a Templar down here. The third will almost certainly fall unless Movie pops out with a few Templar and an army from nowhere, but he doesn't seem to have Templar, which means the third is gone. And Hero is going to be in a pretty nice solid place now. He's going to kill all the probes that were there. I mean, yeah, he's lost some drones. Movie has no Templar, and there are a ton of Hydras from Hero.
Yeah, man, I mean, he lost so many probes there because of the trade transfer right before. He lost like 20 probes, so I think that storm on his drones in the main didn't really hold Hero back that much.
No, not at all. In fact, Hero might just go for this. There's no Templar.
Yeah, Sonic's going to pick up on that. There's a lot of good... Oh man, he's got Mutalisks now. Where did those come from? Oh man, is he going to sniper? No, he's not.
There's only one Templar.
Going in for it. There's one high Templar, but it's not going to have energy.
It's coming forward. No, that's not what I want to do.
The high Templar, careful. Oh man, he loses the high Templar. No, he doesn't. Oh man. The Dragoons are able to defend this choke quite nicely though, actually. A little bit of Zealot run by, but the Mutalisks are there to defend, so that's not going to be a problem. As long as he remembers to take care of it, which he is going to. And this will be interesting now with the amount of...
Templar is proper. Maybe it's... No, there's a few Templar now. So I don't think Hero's going to end up being able to bust Movie, but Movie's still in a bad spot, having lost his third.
Yeah, and looks like the High Templar has got energy on one of them now, so he is able to push out a little bit. But the fact that he doesn't have a third now for such a long time, and because he lost so many probes, I'd say that Hero is still definitely ahead here. Now those Mutalisks will be interesting because if the Mutalisks can take down the High Templar, then it's going to be like the same position except even worse for Movie if he does manage to snipe some. And he is coming across here to try and do it. There are 3 Corsair and a lot of Dragoons, so he has to be careful with his control, but if his control is good, he can actually take down all the Corsair and take down all the High Templar. He does have a bunch of Scourge there following the Mutalisk.
And he is going
coming in.
Here we go.
Scourge coming first, which is nice, and oh man, he dodges the storm as well. Looks like he's going straight for the main. Takes down one. Takes down.
Scourge now chasing the Corsair away. The cannon's going to go down in a hurry, so now he's just trying to kill probes. That's a bit interesting. Movie's economy looks really, really frail.
Oh yes, be careful of the storm though. There are some Mutalisks here, and some High Templar here, and it looks like he is going to be able to snipe down one of them, 2 of them. No, and he loses all of the Mutalisks to the Corsair there.
But that look at that economy. That looks really thin for Movie. That was only like control group. There's a DT trying to sneak by, but I think it's going to run into Overlords, and Hero, yep, notices it. And now Hero's starting to set up his 4th base, so even if Movie gets his 3rd up, Hero's still going to be in a fine position economically, really just controlling this game right now. I mean, all Movie can do is a little bit of harass, which has been deflected with great ease, and now Hero moves out again with a large mass of Hydralisks. We'll see how he handles the storm. This certainly has potential. Sending a few in the front to try to pick off Templar. He gets one Templar, but that's all. Still a lot of Templar left there in the back of that army, though. And Corsairs coming up here need to be careful. There's lots of Hydra. They cannot afford to attack anything here. More Muta have been made for Hero. Really wants to snipe down those Templar. Movie continuing the Corsair production for exactly that reason, because he needs those Corsairs. They're really the only thing that can stop
He's
Templar.
going to be caught out of position again here if he's not careful. But he has to be careful about Storm. Mueller's coming in here to see if they can pick up any High Templar.
For Hero,
And here
but
we
the
go.
Corsairs are away. And he's
Oh
forcing all the
man,
storms.
he storms on his own High Templar. All the Templar
no
guns down.
storms left.
And he's
Hydra
coming in
charging
here with a
in from
Hydra.
Hero. Movie has to run back, and I don't think he can get his third up. There's a DT sneaking its way into the main base. But Hero
Man,
sees
Hero
it and
even
is sending a bunch of
notices
mutas.
that,
It's
man.
not going to do that much.
The fact that he noticed that while he was fighting with his army, man. This guy
That was
is
genius. Oh, but there's more Templar back. The Storm. No, it's not that good.
That was a bad
But it
storm.
might be enough to hold on to the army. It's down to just Dragoons, though. And again, the Templar are gone. Muta charging in. But there are a lot of Corsair there. Muta have to turn around. And Hero needs more Hydra.
But he does have more
Which he
Hydra
has
on the way, as well as Mueller. He's going for this Hydraless Mueller, which is working out pretty well.
And now he's going to
looks like he's
pressure
going to be able to counter the third, and I don't think he's going to be able to defend it in time. There's a lot of Hydras here, and oh man, he's even got probes transferring again. He's just going to lose all his probes again. Oh, Mueller's and Hydra's coming in from the back as well. Looks like he's going to be able to get us around here. Archon going down.
This is such a good place for Hero to engage too, because the Zealots are just coming into this wall of tightly packed Hydras. They can't really surround and get much of a surface area. Now he's being flanked by Hydras on both sides. These Zealots are gone. It's down to only Dragoons. There are so few units left for Movie, and look how many more Hydras streaming across the map for Hero. The probes of the third again are all dying. Movie no way can save the Nexus. And this is Hero's game for sure at this point.
He's even
And
got
he
the
is gonna
overlord
tie
there
it
to check for
up.
DT. He's got so many units just pouring across the map and grouping up at his rally points, just waiting for him to go and send them to the attack. And here he goes, he does send them. Nice little attempt at a storm there, but that only kills one Hydra, so it's not going to be enough there.
There's like 3 more control groups coming in.
Yeah, that's, actually these overlords are going to go down if he's not careful.
Oh, they're going to go down. I don't think he's paying attention to him. Whoop. That was actually a pretty good storm.
Nice dodge from the Mulas there, just about lost them all. Oh man, he's got the Mulas. Is he going to shoot down the High Templar? Dodges again. Man, the storms have not been working out well for Movie in this game, have they? And he loses all his Corsair. GG! And Hero taking down Movie. Already won 2 games here. Looks like he's going to be able to bring back STX into the series. And it's going to be 4-4 going into the final game.
So, gentlemen, we are going to have an ace match, or whatever you want to call it. And I'm pretty sure that leaves only Quanro, right?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah. Gonna see some Quan rolling. Except I'm not sure how that works with, it's gonna be ZVZ, presumably. I've seen it a ton.
ZVZ to decide them all.
It'll be interesting to see how Quandra and ZVZ is. I mean, Hero has got pretty solid ZVZ, so yeah.
Get them when you're ready.
Yeah, that's a good question actually. Is the ace match per se, is it against anyone, or does it have to be against one of the existing, one of the players that's left?
I guess we'll find out, but usually in King of the Hill format, you can't send someone back out. It's got to be someone new.
Let me see. Hansang Bong, which is in fact Quanro, so it is going to be Quanro.
So yeah, ZVZ to decide them all.
Quanro. Yep, so it's Quanro versus Hero, so you can't repeat players, I guess, for the ace match, so it's not actually an ace match per se. Are you ready?
Count me down.
3, 2, 1, go.
So, spawning in the top left-hand corner as the red Zerg from CJ, we have shoes from Sonic!
Sonic Proleague.
Sonic loves to just start ZVZs and be like, I'm gonna advertise my website and my shit, which I guess is okay. It's just sometimes he does it in the middle of action. Alright, so there's your red Zerg from CJ. For a sec, that was Hero, and your, or no, here's my STX. And now you got your yellow Zerg, or no. Ugh. Left side was Quanro. The red Zerg was Quanro. Here on the right side, the yellow Zerg from STX is Hero.
Hero! And it looks like Quanro is going to be scouting correctly with the Overlord first.
So a
what
nice
map
little
is this? I can't tell.
advantage duel. This is Fighting Spirit, I think.
Yeah.
Feels like FS.
Yep,
It's
yep,
FS.
that's Fighting Spirit.
FS.
Okay,
So-
it'll be interesting to see how it goes then.
Quanro, this might be his SOSPA debut. This might be his SOSPA debut, or did he play in one of the SRTs? Let's find out.
I don't remember seeing him play in any of the...
No, he's played one game.
he
I
has
don't know
played
what
one
it was, 'cause the database is messed up. But it was a loss, and he died to a Zerg. So he's 0-1 in ZVZ. Hero. I don't know how his ZVZ stats are. Let's see. Hero is dead even, 50%. So not the strongest results in ZVZ. And Quanro in Brood War days was pretty strong, actually, in all matchups. Let me double check. Known for being very all-in player, but nevertheless still effective. So that gives you an idea. If players knew he was probably going to all-in, and he still won a high percentage of games, that tells you how good he was at these all-ins. I mean, it was never enough to beat the top guys in tours, but it was enough to be a very strong Pro League player. Yeah, career history, 55% in his Brood War career. He was 59% versus Zerg, 52% against Terran, and 54% against Protoss in his Brood War career. So almost 60% in this matchup in Brood War.
Not
But
bad.
again, we don't know how much practice he's had. So, you know, an in-shape Quanro certainly would be the favorite, but without knowing really where his skill sits, I can't really say who we'd expect to win this. And it's ZVZ, so there's always going to be some.
I don't know, man. I'm inclined to say that Hero's got this.
Was it 9 full speed against 12 hatch?
I wasn't even looking for
It
that.
is,
I was
that's gonna
getting
be
the
pretty
overlays fixed, but...
Quanro. But Hero has 6 links coming out right now. He definitely has gas.
Fuck
Obviously, if
went left
since I
first, I
wasn't
think,
able
but I
to
could be
see-
wrong because I'm blind.
since I wasn't able to see the builds, I don't know exactly, but if Quanro holds this, he should be in okay position, but he doesn't have any lings out yet. Yeah, this had to have been 12 hatch
Oh man,
versus
he's
9
pulling
full.
his
Oh,
units, man.
drones up.
Pulling
This
his
is always
drones.
a
He's
really,
gonna
really
lose those
tough
drones, I think.
hard to save this hatch. He's got to be very careful with this. We'll see how the micro is. More links coming across. Yeah, he might have gone lair first, which is going to hurt the mobility just a little bit, but it's still going to give him very fast muta.
Oh man,
Can he
touchdown,
get out
another
enough?
drone.
He's already lost 2 drones.
Two
which-
drones
no,
to
he's lost
one
drone.
link,
He only-
and he's even focusing down one of the
He's
links.
trying to
with
attack
eggs,
the
and then
egg so
kills
he
the
can't get
Zerglings.
into the critical
Well
6
done,
lings, and now
man.
here come the lings from Quanro. Is it going to be enough? The control looks okay, but there is more here from Hero, and Hero looks to be punching through. There are still lings left over, although it's 3 lings against none with a few reinforcements. If Quanro can get his double hash production going, he could still
Did
hold
speed
this
finish?
off, but he's got to gather,
Speed
got to
is
collect.
finished.
Not doing it though. None go down. Speed is done for Hero. Huge mobility advantage now.
And I don't see
And I
how
don't know if
Quanro's going to be able to do this.
Quanro-
Quanro's getting Quanrolled. That's why you don't go macro Quanro.
Helping to fight. If he can just get rid of a few of these lings, but all of a sudden there's 6 of them. Can Hero keep them together? It looks like he can. The trading is just a little bit too inefficient for Quanro. Actually, wait, now it's equal ling count. There's 5 on
Equal ling
5
count, but
mobility
the speed
advantage,
is
so
gonna
in
be at
favor
the
of Hero. The
advantage.
hatch lost about half of its health. Now there's going to be 7. Quanro needs more lings. If he can just get like 1 or 2 more rounds out of this hatchery without losing anything,
Nah,
he'll
he's
be
coming
okay.
back now
There's
'cause
okay.
he's got 12
Hero
hatch.
decides he's got to go back. So
But
that's actually good that
he's
he's
got
saved the hatch. He
Spire
lost 4
nearly
drones
complete
in the
now.
process. Yeah, and the Spire speed is way different. Quanro's going to have to drop Evos, drop spores, drop at least 2, if not 3 spores. And he's going to need to drop them fast if he wants to stay alive in this game. Of course, this is Quanro, so, you know, probably just going to go all in.
Yeah,
But there's
he's
going to be
go
muta.
all in,
Like,
he's gonna
there's
lose.
going to be muta by the time lings get there. He's not making any effort to build spores, so he's got to kill. And with that sunken to defend, I think the odds of this working are very low. Like, we need like a religious miracle for this to work. But here we go. Quanro almost gets up the ramp, but Hero's being able to trade perfectly fine,
Yeah,
and
Eva's
Hero
managed to
slips
get a
in
link
a
in, man.
link.
Nice.
He's going to realize his muta are going to seal him the game. Now Quanro's in the base, but there is that sunken up. We'll see what he can do. He's got to make his move soon. There's going to be a muta coming across the map to go kill all the drones. Quanro's going for it. He's trying to target fire drones. He's picking off a few of the lings as well. He's worked his way on top of the sunken, but the drill is really nice, forcing all the lings off there. More are coming in, but back at home, Hero is drilling against this just fine. There's only 3 lings left. The sunken has most of its health. Only a few drones have been lost. There's now 1 or 2 muta in the base, killing the drones of Quanro. He is trying to get down the spores. He might actually get them down if he saved enough minerals, but he's going to lose probably most of his eco. So I think what Quanro's trying to do is just send in lings to reduce the eco of Hero as much as possible, but Hero's obviously going to have a huge muta advantage and can use that to expand to his natural. I don't even know if Quanro has enough money. That is a lot of drones. Look at that, just 1 muta killing all these drones. And the Overlord too.
뮤탈리스크는 현재 2개예요 지금. 네, 아직까지 안
There's
맞은
2 drones left. He hasn't been able to turn that
있고요.
though into a spore.
라바를 계속 취소하면서
Canceling stuff, I think, so he can make a spore at the natural. Oh, Hero,
Oh
run that
man,
away.
come on Hero, be careful. Oh man, Hero's found a nice little place where he's going to be able to deny mineral mining, so the spore is not actually able to hit everything there.
Yeah, probably a little bit of a panic spore from Quanro, not quite perfectly placed. But he is able to hold on to both of his bases for the moment. Eco for both players is low, but the fact that there are 4 or 5 meter out right now for Hero is pretty nice. Pretty nice advantage.
He's even got a few lings as well.
And he's got still has a mobility advantage. Quanro not getting speed for his lings here back at home.
Oh man, Hero's actually going to have a ling advantage if he keeps making lings there.
He shouldn't be able to get one because he's only on 1 hatch against
Nah, but
2.
it depends because he hasn't got much money because he's got.
Oh,
like,
but this is
4
nice.
drones,
If he
man.
runs by, then the lings can't really go up the ramp because there's Muta, and now all of a sudden there's
Oh,
lings.
what a play, man! That was
This-
beautiful.
this is trouble. That was good. Yeah, that was good thinking from Hero for sure. With the Muta just camping the ramp, he's out microing easily now. Given the speed advantage, especially, this is not looking good. Hero has got a few lings in the main. I don't know why, but if he takes down that spore, it's all over. And I think the spore is going to go down. There's not going to be able. He's not going to be able to make enough lings in time. Down goes the spore, and with that, I think Hero is going to win this for STX. In the inaugural SOSPA King of the Hill League game.
철구 선수 인터뷰가 돌아왔습니다. 조일장 선수의 번호가 없기 때문에 철구 선수
Quanro Flocha.
Ah, Hero. I gotta get some music, man. 1 second.
So thank you all for tuning in. This will probably be roughly the regular time for most of them. If they start happening earlier, like 3 or 4 hours earlier, like old Proleague used to have some that would be on at different times. Now that was with TV stations and stuff, so I don't know if that'll happen with Sonic. But if they did, there'd be a chance of a live cast. But otherwise, expect this to be the typical cast time.
Yeah, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you, Elmaster, for casting with me. And yeah, press the subscribe button, guys. Press the follow button so that you can make sure to tune in next time I do awesome stuff.
He's like 9 times behind me in followers. Fix that. Have him catch me.
Yeah, man, because I got a new stream, so that's why I lost all my followers. Anyway, I am going to be casting. I'm going to be programming Star Server on stream probably tomorrow or the day after, probably both days, maybe for the next 2 weeks. Maybe even longer. So yeah, make sure that you support STX because Hero's playing for STX, so you gotta go for that team, man. And yeah, Quanro just got owned. Anyway, I'll give you some outro music. I think it's appropriate.
Oh yeah, so also for you guys, I'm going to be casting D-Rank's individual tournament round of 16 group stages in 2 hours time, well 2 hours, 10 minutes time. So if you want to watch, go from watching the highest level of play to almost the lowest level of play, feel free to come join me for that in a while. It'll also be on the calendar.
Late at night, I toss and I turn and I dream of what I need. I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night. He's gotta be strong and he's gotta be fast and he's gotta be fresh from the fight. I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the
Alright, Birdie, I will talk to you later, man. Maybe tomorrow. I think the next game might be tomorrow, someone said.
Sounds good. See ya.